NERDSoul.
Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. Anime it, y'all. That's right. Talk about that anime. All right, them frames. All right, drawing little people. All right, flipping the pages, watching the little stick man run. That's what it's about up in here. All right, and we ain't by ourselves. Once again, we are joined by the queen. All right, the creme de la creme, if you will, of the ninja world. She's been throwing ninja stars for years. Backflips, cartwheels, jumping from tree to tree, running with her hands behind her back. I give to you, Ninja Sama Cosplay. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Look, go put your hands together.
I don't know how I keep failing upwards and getting these promotions. I must be a white man. But anyway, good morning, good
white
evening,
man.
Well, you know,
the most mediocre.
you know, I mean, whatever it takes. Apparently, just keep on moving on up by doing nothing. Good morning, good evening, good night. It's Ninja Sama Cosplay coming to you live, apparently from the throne.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Look, holding down the ninja world with the at the top of the ninja delegation. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a ninja delegation somewhere. I mean, they had it in Ninja Assassin, and then they also had it in Ninja Kamui. So I mean, hey, you know, it's there. But we also have. Oh, go ahead.
I'm pull a Kanye West. I'm gonna introduce myself.
Now you want
ain't gonna be no weirdness on my name out here. 8-year podcaster. We just wrapped up the 8-year anniversary of the whole month. Again, shout out to everybody we saw at the Mississippi Comic Con. Mark, I don't know where he's at. We also kind of did our official 300th episode. We recorded it. We was talking about the boys. Shout out to Gift. He was holding his baby, putting in work. One of his twins. Everybody having kids and all that. So that's what I am. And I'm sure he can do something with my name if he wants to. I don't know. But I just want to say that. Shout out to y'all. This will be on the Blurtish platform on various places. URL coming one day.
All right. I wanna also add in that this man is the only person to defeat the wizard in Super Mario 3, also known as Super Koopa Troopa. I give to you, Keith Cooper. What's up?
Is there a character called Super Koopa Troopa?
I don't know. I was holding this one all
English
day.
variations. I forgot the thing, but you know, they all had ones with it.
But I've been holding this all day. You know what I'm saying?
You got it off, man. You got it off, bro. Like, okay.
I'm gonna put a list together of like all Coop inspired, you know, names and nicknames. I had to, you know, get them all in line for the rest of the year. So
like one of them kids that used to get on my nerves in school because, you know, shout out, real quick story time. For the longest, you know, when we in America and there's lore to characters, he was always King Koopa. And I was like, when the hell did his name become Bowser? And I was like, reading more and more, it's like, oh, so you mean his name was always Lord Bowser and King Koopa's his title? Like, what? I was like, so okay. But his nickname is King Koopa. So it's like, okay, so it's not even his real name.
Okay.
Yeah, he is Lord Bowser, King of the Koopas. And it's the official lore.
All right, okay. Now, to start off the show, all right, the queen of the ninjas, the Kunoichi of the year, was talking about a show that's near and dear to my heart. That's right, My Hero Academia, y'all. That's right. Out there just trying to save Japan, you know, actually save the world, because there's, you know, villains all over the place going crazy. They don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to put people back in the jail. That's all you trying to do. And they won't let you. But I'm gonna throw it to Ninja. Ninja, I think you're all caught up. You said you were all caught up. Where you at on the latest episode? Or if you want to go comic book wise, the latest issue of that good old My Hero Academia.
I'm at this point where if we're at the end of the manga, I'm gonna let the anime only ride out, so I can just experience real time. I tend to do that. Did a Attack on Titan, did it, doing it with Bleach, so on and so forth. I guess I say Naruto is the only exception. I did finish Naruto, but anyway, neither here nor there. This episode, titled Extras, definitely alludes in multiple different ways. At first, I was like, man, why y'all name it that? Y'all ain't got to do everyone like that. But it comes up multiple times in the episode why it was deemed that. You kind of see what everyone else is doing in 1A, what all the pros are
Yeah.
doing, kind of where their positions are, which makes sense, extras. But also in the show, of more importance, you have Hawks and Endeavor fighting all for one,
Hmm.
going blow for blow. For the most part, it's more so off one to kind of just toying with him, doing his psychological warfare thing, which put a pin in it. I kind of dislike that Endeavor so mentally weak, but neither here nor there. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it. But they fight in this. Some classmates from 1A come to help and are, very promptly named extras in the fight. And this is literally awful. This is all for one's words, not mine.
Yo, all for
He
one is
said,
yo, all for
all for one
one's
said, I read my
he's
manga and
straight
I already
wrong.
know that
Y'all
y'all are
side
secondary.
characters. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was
even
like,
gonna reveal
wow.
y'all right. Like the disrespect, man. I
It's
love
like
it. Like
you like the recurring cousin on the sitcom. We see y'all maybe like three
He
times a
was
season.
he was definitely breaking the fourth wall a little there because he was like, okay, we watched what all the kids was doing, and then y'all kids come up. He's like, nah,
cause
that's not even what's happening up here. We name brand up here. We having a Coke and Pepsi battle, and you come over here, RC Cola up here. Like
Mm.
that's not what we
RC
doing right
Mm.
Cola.
now. That's not what we're doing.
Oh
What about check?
man.
What about that check though?
Oh man. She said simply showed up to the conversation.
Man,
What's
what they rename Sierra Mitsu Starry? We got
Oh
Starry up here.
man. Starry came through.
Story is name brand. It's just not
It's
high on the
name
list.
brand now. I mean, I like the characters that were up there, but it was kind of like
I,
okay, that's what
I
we're doing.
gotta
All
I
right.
gotta be honest. I did not expect it was gonna be her and him. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he was like mentored by Hawks.
Yeah, I
But I was
forgot
like,
what's her name? Sound,
Jiro,
Jiro.
earplug, whatever the girl name
Jiro.
is. All right, Jiro, my bad, my bad.
Earphone Jack is her. I said stage name. Lord help me. Er,
Code name, I guess.
superhero. Her alias. There we go.
Oh yeah. Code
Yeah,
name
they're not
alias.
performers.
Y'all
Yeah,
know what we mean.
And what was his
yeah.
I forgot what is his alias or his name? I
I
do
don't
like
I,
him.
know.
I
Dark
forgot.
Dark Flight. I don't know.
I know it's like not dark Phoenix. Oh, I'm not doing too hot.
Dark Shadow was him.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
like
This is
yeah.
why they're extras.
Yep. See,
Like
who
he's
who do
cool,
we know?
but
We know Shoto. We know
I know
Deku. We know Bak. You know what I'm saying? We know Bakugo. We know the real people.
and
All
you're
right.
gonna know Froppy, all right? All right, you always gonna know that Froppy.
Okay, I mean 1A definitely has its tier list within 1A,
Yeah.
right? You have the
Yeah.
you have the main three, then you have your B's, which is like the Otaku got demoted, Engine got demoted, all them,
Yeah.
got that's your B tier. You got Red Ride, that's your B tier. Then you got your C tier, which is gonna be Mina with the acid, Momo, all them. And then you got your bottom tier, which is gonna be Tail Dude and
Mm.
Kakashi
Uh,
with
Karate tail.
Batwing arms.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
lie.
it.
I like Momo starting off, but Momo is almost bottom tier because ain't really much. Like she has a
I
cool
wouldn't call
power,
her
but
that.
she's like so they just like okay she's there.
You know how they write Shonen, like she's supposed to be super bright in like the brains of it, but she can't be more of the brains than Toriyuki or Ishida. That's just how Shonen works. They can't have her be the brains, even though she's the brains. She has to be the brains, but alongside one of those two or
And I
other
guess
characters.
to
And
be
see, the funny
honest,
thing is, she could really work out as the brains, especially since they're laying out their whole plan of attack across
Easily.
Japan. She could be like the general, kind of like laying out all this mess.
She had a whole mini arc where she was judging herself for not being on her knowledge, and then she learns to be on that. So that just goes. This is the whole thing with long
I
running shonen,
mean,
right? At some point, people have an arc, and you kind of forget that we have gotten there already. So it's like it shouldn't even be no.
She
no
did have.
situation. But I do like that how with Jiro with earphone jack, like she started shaking and off one clocks it, but she clearly said she's like, y'all been dealing with this whole time. She
Yeah.
like, "Dude, y'all fight for like y'all been fight.
Fight demons
Normally
out
she's
here.
not
She like,
Yeah.
fighting.
damn. She
Normally,
like,
yeah, yeah. Normally she's like recon, she's
Yeah.
reconnaissance or something like that. So she really isn't out of her. She's like, dang, y'all out here
You're
having
like, I
stuff
ain't know
off
this
for
what
real.
y'all really did. Like,
like this is all for one up close. This dude. It's
Yeah,
like,
she
oh my.
was like, yo.
And he wasn't even trying to kill. Here's the thing. He wasn't even trying to kill y'all. He was laughing for entertainment. Like he
yeah.
was like, look,
I
y'all.
mean, shoot, All for One honestly ain't even really sweating Endeavor like that.
He
No.
It was
wasn't at
like
all.
it was like,
And
so your masterpiece had to defeat your failure.
I'm gonna be
Hmm.
honest. I
Or Hawks. He wasn't
I
sweating Hawks
look.
either.
Be honest, bro. I know I don't usually don't root for the villain, but god damn it, all for one, you were cooking, son. You
Yeah,
know
All
me, I
for
don't
One
love
was
Endeavor.
he was roasting
He
everybody while
he
also
Here's my
fighting.
roasted them.
thing.
He
Here's
roasted them,
my
and then he pulled out a plan. Like, oh, let me just see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the Endeavor.
here's what's annoying to me on that because it was such a low. Like it was a low blow. He's a villain, and I get it. Like it was super low to be like, yeah, I'm the one who found his body, son. Like that's rough. That's intense. Sure, but I'm like, we still ain't got mental fortitude. First of all, his head wasn't in the game to begin with.
Thank you.
Like I guess he's concerned about his sons. Which on one hand, it's like I get it, but also at the same time, I'm like, I'm still not there with Endeavor's character development. Where I'm like, he needs to be able to lock and load and be you know,
Agreed. Agreed.
be into the fight or whatever. So I'm like, the fact he was shook from the before they even started fighting, he was shook.
Because
And
I'm
I'm
what
like, if you were like that, you should have had the responsibility to be like, hey y'all, I don't know if I got it in me. I need to go handle this piece first, and then maybe I can come into the battle. Like y'all distract all for one. Let me make
Honestly,
sure my son put down, and then I can come in because I'm like, he ain't even coming in at 100% to
I
begin with.
mean, either which way it go, I think like they said, like he was gonna get killed by Dobby. He ain't ready for Endeavor. He ain't ready for prime time. It's he needs to check out.
Well, the funny thing is
It needs to go.
when he defeated the Nomu, I thought he had finally passed a
Nah.
level that, like, you know how you pass that mental block, like, man, I can't do, like, say if you're like, man, I can't run a mile, and then you finally run a mile, and you're like, oh snap, I can do this, and then next thing you know, you're like, yo, I can run 2
disagree.
miles easy.
And
So
this
I
is
thought
why.
that was his breaking point where he had finally like reached that upper level.
Remember, all the breaking points happened after the No Move stuff with his family when he got called out and
True.
his son. Like
Yeah,
that,
because
he
that
got
the breaking
broken.
point I'm thinking of is more of a physical power breaking point, not an emotional
But
breaking
when
point.
when your mind is gone, then,
Yeah.
physical can't. We know he like because Endeavor, like what's his name? All for one kind of said, yeah, these fires are hot, so let me play with them. It's like I'm gonna just like I'm kind of gonna tell him the truth. I did find the body, ha ha ha, but I'm gonna just mess with him because you the one caused all this yourself, Playboy. Anyway,
Here's
I'm
what's
just
dark.
gonna say.
Oh, go ahead.
Like you said, I'm just gonna just bring it to the light. You wanna be greedy, lust for power? You thirsting out here for power? You can't handle the power.
You can't handle the truth.
Here's what I find that's gonna be kind of dark because sometimes I just go there and people are like, "Oh my god, she's a sociopath." But I'm gonna just say that you already know Dobby has been recruited for All for One. That's literally been his camp.
Yep.
All that, whatever. It don't matter if he found the body or not. That didn't change nothing in the grand scheme of
Sure
things.
did.
Is right now, I'm like, that really shouldn't have been the final blow. It's like, oh my god, you the one who found his body. Like on one hand, yes, I get why that would send him nuts, but on the other side, I'm like, it's still like it don't matter. It don't matter. Like, like it don't matter in this moment.
Yeah, I feel
Like
you
I'm
on that.
like that's
It
such a
don't-
trope that they do in anime where I'm like, we already here though. You're supposed to be like beyond military. You're supposed to be fortified. You're supposed to be the number one hero. You've
But-
been basically a
Mhm.
psychopath for as long as we met you, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe in the one fight that matters that you're just so shaken on so many different degrees. Like I didn't
Actually,
quite like it. I
Let
just
me
didn't
throw
quite
this
like
out there. I actually can believe it because he's a sociopath, but he's also a weak-minded, greedy, manipulative little punk who never had to deal with what he couldn't carry All Might's jockstrap, and he thought he can handle it until it came knocking on his front door. He's never been ready for real prime time, and he's finding out he's a role player and he's not an all-star.
I could agree with that. Let that be what shakes him. Let that be what shakes him, not something that you've already been kind of prepping for and processing for the past X amount of time. Like, I just don't think that was such a new revelation that like if it is something going down to, like, I get that like they were trying to make a parallel between when All Might got shocked by the news and when Endeavor got shot by the news. So I do get it. Like, I'm not being so critical, but at the same time, I would have liked for it to have played out differently. At least maybe have him kind of fight back mentally a little bit.
To play
from
out.
the jump, he was like, "Oh my goodness!"
I'm fine the way it played out because I'm ready for him to die, and I like that it just like I'm not disagreeing with your point. I'm just saying, like, the point. Remember where All Might, remember the Battle of Camo? He was like, "Ha ha ha, yo
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Your master's.
That's what I'm talking about.
Grandchild, it's
a parallel moment. It's a parallel moment.
We got your grandchild, and then All Might went off and damn near killed him.
That's what I'm saying. That's not what happened. He kind of just broke down and they took a bite out of crime out of him. Like, he beat him down.
I'm gonna be for real. I thought
never a number one.
Well, I thought in this, thinking about like playing out differently, what I thought was going to happen is once he heard the news that Shoto won, he was going to be like, okay, now it's my turn. I gotta take care of my job.
Yeah,
and then he was going to do something.
Inspired.
You know how they hold the hand
and
they hold the hand in front and be like, Hawks, I got this. And I thought he was going to take that next step. And but because I mean, I know you want Endeavor to die. I do believe Endeavor is going to die, but I think it's going to be in a more showy, I guess, sacrificial.
It's going to be more heroic. It's going to be more heroic. He's going to be straight up protecting Shoto from a blow or someone from a
or
critical hit.
It's going to be something where he has to finally, he's going to have finally like step into a heroic sacrificial role in the way that All Might would, and he's going to finally kind of do that.
He gonna get a blast to the gut, a big circle. Somehow, some way, he get the blast to the chest.
Oh, and it'd be like leave a straight hole in his body.
Oh, I always love you, Shoto. I'm sorry, I'm garbage. Tell your mom.
Well, I mean, I think thinking of that, I think that's why he's broke, because similar to what you were saying, kind of jumping off what you were saying earlier, Coop, he's always been broken.
Yeah,
that whole thing has always been a front. I'm powerful. I'm strong. That was always the front. And then once, like you said, when it came knocking at his door, like, all right, cool, you number one, you're in charge. What we gonna do? He was like,
For us who just like, all right, for sports analogy, like, to go deep into it. Think about all the dudes who, like, let's say, like, I don't know, Patrick Beverly, Reggie Jackson, or always them dudes who get the contract or always talk noise, be like, man, like what Patrick Beverly was saying, stupid stuff like, man, I was always cooking Chris Paul in practice. But in the game, though, son, in the game,
they be
we don't want to hear about practice.
Yeah, practice. We talking about practice.
We talking about practice. Okay.
Oh, man.
And like Ninja, you're a big LSU fan. When what's his name? We used to play the quarterback. Went undefeated. Joe Burrow. He didn't have all the best stats, but when it came to it, what was Joe doing in primetime? Balling.
Sure.
So
I'm not disagreeing with any of that. I know it's a writing thing, it's a character plot point. I'm just saying that I'm disappointed that there was no pushback at all. Like, it was just like
I was expecting him to
y'all should have never even had him out there like that. I'm like clearly
stay home. Could have stayed
home. Because I mean, clearly they're like, well, we can't put you against Dobby because you don't have the 4-2 fight against Dobby. Why did y'all think that was even? Y'all could have had a third hero up there, something. Like, I'm like, the contingency was literally to send up.
Where's Lemillion at? Now that I think about it,
sitting somewhere babysitting Airy.
Oh yeah, I forgot she got to stay protected.
Yep, that's a drop plot point. Yep. We do not forget.
On the low, we do need her. So yeah, she's clutch. They
did mention her this episode.
And we need the granny that be kissing you for the health. We need both of
That's who
them.
they mentioned this episode, Recovery Girl.
Well, she
So I
can't
guess
be
Recovery Girl
in
getting
full
so
time.
old and also
Yeah.
taking care of everyone is just too much. Hawks is not fully up to game. They had to have the fake feathers in them. They had the fake feathers in them, which
But
Yeah,
but
didn't
speaking of ready for prime
help
time,
just a
shout
little.
out to Hawks. Now
yeah,
that's a
because
dude
Hawks, look,
with a broken leg, broken wings. If
He don't get ready. He stay ready.
yo,
he out there like, look, y'all, I can fly just now. I ain't as fast, but I'm still razor sharp.
yo,
Point
let me roll with
attacks
you
on
on.
point.
Let me roll with you on the sports analogy. Tell me that Hawks ain't that player that you can insert to any team and he gonna shine.
Bruh,
Any
Yeah.
team. It don't. He with Genus. He with Endeavor. He always know.
You know
It's
who
like yo.
Hawks
He always
is?
know where you
He
at
was
on the
Know who
wing.
he was
Hawks
a
He
is?
know. He know
standout
how
when
to
he
throw
was
the alley oop. He know how to go
undercover.
for the steal.
Hawks
Like
is Ray Allen. Hawks is Chris Paul when he's saying. We can sometimes get a little ego. Hawks is LeBron. Every team he go to gets better.
yep.
Hawks is hey, you name it. Hawks is True Holiday. Get to the team,
Ah,
they win a championship. Or they
man,
get
look,
better in
Hawks.
defense. They do this.
He
They shoot
plays
better.
well with everybody. He's
He
always clutch.
fits.
Yeah,
This
man.
is
Look,
this is why my favorite top 10 pro heroes are Hawks and Mirko, because they know what they signed up for, even backstory or not. Like they look at the end, like they can turn it off. They're like, right now though,
Mir-
what right now is life or death. Right now is this fight.
mhm.
You know that
Mirko
you're
is
not gonna shake me. Even Hawk said he was like, man, don't fall for it, bro. Like don't do
Yeah,
that.
he's like,
like,
come
wake
on,
up.
He
man.
fell for it.
hey, come
He
on,
fell
bro.
for
Like
it.
I'm out here with fake wings, still got sonic speed. And this man, yeah, he calling me out. He's like, you got fake wings, ha ha. All right, so we going. Like, look, bro, I'm gonna get healed up later, but you gotta die. And
Yup.
he go. Bro, that man.
Because this was
So
yo
sad.
man. You. This was your moment. Like okay, you had a couple yo moments. Now he did. What was it? Giga Chan or whatever. You know the dude, the super big Giga Mechia or whatever. All right, he did step up then. All right, we needed him. All right, he stepped up. But all I'm saying is like he keep coming up in these moments where I expect him to like level up, and I'm like, yo, Endeavor, come on,
And
bruh.
to be honest, Giga and Gigamadia, that's really was Momo's moment because she came up with the
Yeah, because they
slow down.
gave him the sleeping
That was
pills or
that
whatever.
arc I was talking about.
Yeah, so that was, I know I wish she could get more, but I get it if we gotta give it to the main people. But I love that she got that, and I'm glad that the class got that, and that moment. So I always love those moments when they do that. But
I mean,
yeah,
I know that animes in most cases probably closely follow the manga, but it would have been nice to have those mind games with him and his sons maybe while they were fighting, and then once he heard that Shoto did win against Dabi, him say something to the effect of like, okay, now I don't have to hold back, that kind
I
of thing,
do.
and then really go in and then actually give All Might like a little, I mean not All Might, One for All be like, All for One be like, oh hold up,
like I
oh
said,
you got a little heat.
I'm not.
I agree because I think this is I'm like if y'all want me to like Endeavor for real, y'all make it hard. We saw pretty much everyone on the battlefield, their morale increased. Everyone was inspired.
Yep.
Everyone was like, man, that kid did that. Everyone was so inspired. And Hawk was like, man, look at
I
your son. And Endeavor was shook. Like Endeavor was
I
like he was the opposite. And
I
I know
feel
it's
what
a
y'all
complicated
saying.
figure.
I feel
I
what y'all
get
saying. I just hate the man, and I'm glad the writers agree with me. They like, get this boy, get him
I don't
prepped,
know if they actually agree though. I don't think
get
they
him
actually
prepped for that
agree.
pine box.
I don't
Pine
think they
box
actually
heaven
agree
coming.
though, Coop. I don't
They
think they
measuring them.
agree. I think they are writing us to like slow burn like Endeavor again.
Ah,
And we
they
like
better
the
not.
viewers are just like, no, man, he did
Get
too
him
much
out of here.
wrong.
He wrong.
Did, so that was a selfish reaction. It was
He
almost
punked.
as if he was jealous.
I'm trying
Like,
not to say some words. He soft out here. He soft in the head. He looking old,
So
washed,
so
flabby,
what you
and
trying
sick.
to say is all he can do is make wide open threes and don't play no defense.
And comb his beard. Look, if he endeavors the dude with the brush with the waves, that what they said, it was a joke. Say if you got out here with, it was Gilbert Arenas. Mark, help me out with this. When did
Oh,
Gilbert
not
Arenas say this?
Gilbert.
Say if your hair's too pretty in the NBA, you a scrub. Endeavor. Who's worried about his beard? What they say? Like I thought that was part. It's probably like nah. he just put the flames on his beard to look strong. I'm like, this dork. I'm
Mm.
like, this dork. It's cool. It's a cool beard.
Anyway, we got Dub in here. Dub, how you feeling about My Hero real quick? We done chopped it up. We gonna move on, but where you at on that My Hero?
Hey man, I mean, I'm good. They started off the episode with my boy Todoroki humbling Dabi. Humbling him.
He got that
Had him on
super. He got
humble.
that superstar on the chest, man. He good now.
He was all blue flame. Look,
Hey, he went Jason Tatum on him. Don't.
he was so nasty with it. It disheartened all of the villains. They were like, no, not Dabi, not him. He was the one.
Please say the Dabi, not the Dabi. No.
Man, even the Ninja Turtle was like hurt. He was like, "Dag, man." He was like, "They telling lies out here." It's like, "Nah, bro, he lost."
Like he doubled up on the mutagen. He was so upset.
Look, they could have been when Shoto won. They could have played the Kendrick song. Dun, 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 dun. No, OVO. No, he lost. Honey. No, he ain't lose. That song ain't go number one. Yes, it did. Shout out to you, Camp, for making me crack up at that.
Oh boy! All right, so what else did you catch up on, Ninja? What else you got?
I gotta give a drop to there's the two more, but gotta give a little shout out to Geass, Rose de Resurrection. I just can't help but to say it like Bleach for some reason. Anyway, it is a sequel to Geass, and I'm a Geass fan through and through. I watched it when it came out in the mid 2000s. I rewatched it a couple of times since then. I think it still holds up. I think it's a very captivating show. Anyway, this sequel is released two different ways. It's weekly, 12 episodes, but they're also going to break it into a 4-parter movie, which is common for Code Geass. They do that all the time. So you can watch it at your leisure either way. Just the quick synopsis: it takes place after the events of the Lucius Saga, the first 2 seasons of Code Geass. So it is indeed a sequel. It's not going to pander too heavily into the original cast, but it's enough that you vibe of what has happened. Not really spoilers or anything like that, but it's got all the things. It's got the nightmares. It's got the rebellious crew. It's got Britannians being extra and flamboyant as all get out, as we love. Casual racism always. And there's some Easter eggs there that, like, I'm like, if you are like me who watch Code Geass, you're like, that guy, whatever. And then it's like, yes, you get that realization pretty quickly. They have some callbacks, some flashback scenes. So it's only 2 episodes out so far. Like I said, you can watch it weekly.
Man,
I think it drops on Saturdays.
All right, should I be watching? Because I did see the trailer and I saw mech type stuff. So I was like, all right, hold on.
Did you like the original Code Geass?
No, I've never watched it at all. Like, I've just seen trailers and stuff. So I have no idea.
You're gonna want to watch the original Code Geass. It's not so directly
When you say original,
related.
How original we talking? We talking like years ago? Like, am I like a million episodes behind?
No, Code Geass the original Code Geass only had 2 seasons. It came out in the mid 2000s. They're like about 24 to 25 episodes each, so it's 50 episodes to watch the whole series.
Okay.
It's not. It's
so
a
it's
lot
not
of mind
impossible.
games. Code Geass is basically like if you're bequeathed to Geass, you have some type of mental control, whether it's like a charisma thing or it's like the power of suggestion, so on and so forth. That's what Code Geass is, or what Geass is. Code is something else, but that's what Geass is. And so the first one follows the Lelouch, who is bequeathed to Geass by C2. The second one, the main character, without spoilers, Rose, who's just gonna call him Rose. They
Ricky
receive.
Rose? No, it's Rick.
I was like, Rose, that's a pretty hood name. But then again, I forget that Japan, 11, or as they call them, 11s, because essentially, imagine if like the colonizers won and they took over the whole world. That's that's where we're sitting at in the world. So Japan, like the Japanese are called 11s because that's their like that's their quadrant, that's their section of the Britannian Empire. So they don't even get to be called Japanese; they're called 11s. So that's an example there. But anyway,
Quick
so I guess I'm
questions. So we're
suggesting both then.
so we're not
Right, okay.
so Lelouch ain't around no more or something, right?
Well, I mean, it's only 2 episodes in. Lelouch was definitely around enough for this part of the saga to continue. I'm like dodging spoilers, but at the same time they didn't say anything. But like it did, like there's definitely enough of a relation where they're like, because of Lelouch's consequences, this has happened. There is a son, there's a child who's like almost grown now, whatever, who is the child of two other characters that if you, like I said, if you
I'm,
watch the original, you're like, oh, that's their kid.
I'm gonna be
So it's
honest.
it's enough relation.
I was telling
But
Mark this. This I ultimately I for y'all who old enough out there who listening. Look, Code Geass was one of those hits that came a part of Adult Swim. Adult Swim picked it up, showed it at a weird time. I ain't never watched this show in sequential order. It'll be like some cool stuff is kind of happening, or Luke messing over people, and I'm like, oh, they probably deserve it. And he seemed like he was kind of
They probably
halfway.
deserve it.
He was kind of halfway evil, but he was like evil for good or something. And he was like
Lelouch
trying to,
is Lelouch is one of those characters, kind of like L,
yeah,
kind
he
of
kind
like
of on that L spectrum.
they're like they're so strategic. They're kind of a jerk. Like they're so strategic and so big picture
Is
of
he
what they
fighter
need
D?
done.
Nah,
Huh?
he's an L man. He's more L. In fact, if you watch the Anime House with RDC One, there's a skit where that skit starts with L, and then they all have the smart characters. Lelouch is one of like all the smart characters meet up. It's Lelouch, it's Shikamaru, L, Conan, Detective Conan. So that's where Lelouch fits in that vibe. He's a smart jackass, like he's there to humble
Mm.
you, and you ain't really gonna be able to do much about it. So
And he has to go through his character development and stuff because of that. Because eventually, like you can't be smart and right all the time. Like he's not like OP in that sense. But I found it interesting when I watched as a kid. I still find it interesting as an adult. I'm hopeful for the sequel because it's got some similar elements where the more you find out about the protagonist, the more you're like, oh, you're kind of a jerk. Like
more
you're
of
like,
a
okay, like
thinking,
I see why, I know I'm rooting for you, but dang, why I gotta be like that?
more of a thinking
Um,
man shonen, right? Would you say that is like more of a thinking man shonen, or is it
yeah,
a shonen?
sure. Yeah, sure. And not to the point where it's like, oh, you won't get it. Like it's not like that. It's more so just
Yeah,
like there's gonna be a
cerebral.
decent
It's
amount of
cerebral.
dialogue and stuff
Yeah,
like that when they're kind of trying to talk through, and you're gonna have to like pay attention to the nooks and crannies. But anyway, just for those who don't know who watch Code Geass, there's a sequel out. There was another sequel before a few years ago called Akito the something. I did not watch it. I was kind of advised not to, and it's a little bit too far. Like it was like but it took place between Code Geass season 1 and 2, so I think it can be kind of a throwaway versus this one's a direct sequel. So take it as we may, but like I said, it's only 2 episodes out so far. The third one probably drops Saturday, so feel free to check it out if
All
you
right.
like all things Geass.
Then question: if I've never watched it, can I jump into this, or do I have to go back and watch all 50 episodes?
probably not.
Probably not, but I don't think you would be as entertained.
Okay.
Like I think there's certain things about the way the world works and the way the powers work that if you don't have now, can you probably watch a recap? Maybe. Like I mean, it's not like that. It's a fairly linear show, even though there's like other plot points. Like the main show is so linear. You could probably watch a recap of Code Geass, the original one. Sure. Um,
I just know I always have remember. It's one of those things when I would come in either from drinking or doing some stuff and fall asleep, and Lelouch was out there, be like, I got you. Be like, okay, like, I don't know who this dude is, but like I say, they deserved it. They messing with him.
They deserved it.
I mean, he was fighting against the racists. We always gonna be on the side of justice when you fight a bunch of racists.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true. That's true.
like,
That.
like this dude, he got a serious revenge, and he feel like he was wronged. I don't know what the hell is going on in this
Oh, I
space
mean, he
drama.
was definitely wronged. I mean, his mom. I mean, he's one of the direct heirs to the throne. He's not like the
Yeah,
first heir or whatever. And his mama was killed. And he
Daddy
was in hiding and all
a
that,
dummy.
and
He
it
got
was
one of
such a
them in-
big, it was such a big murder, such a big, huge thing. It made his sister ended up being paralyzed. She was
Dang.
blind. Like it was,
Yeah.
yeah. So he was like, nah, and also they're racist. He only
Yeah,
does
Basically,
they got to go.
Lelouch ain't like a fun hang, as they say. Like, you know, you with him, you gonna be going through some stuff. Like,
Dang, man, they did all. Yeah, they got to go.
he
Oh
got
yeah,
one of
just
them in,
brutal.
one of them Endeavor daddies, huh?
Yeah,
I-
even worse than that. This like people when people talk about top worst anime dads, I don't know why this dude don't be on the list. Maybe because he was absentee for the most part because he was too busy taking over the world. But
He was too busy
he was
taking
he
over
was
the world.
not good. He was not a good one. He was not a
Mm.
good one. Old Charles V. Pichania. Yeah, I know your name.
Ooh, snap.
Pop up though. He got one of them beards. Got one of them strong.
He got that
beards.
George Washington.
Oh, snap. Oh boy. All right, so,
Space
all right,
race.
so what else you been watching, Ninja? What else you got?
The last one I watched this past week that I was able to get under my belt. It was not Demon Slayer just because I realized they're doing the 40-minute ones again. I couldn't quite get to it. But I did check out a little bit of Suicide Squad Isekai.
You and
And
Mark.
how would you say it fared?
Well, first of all, as y'all know, I just don't mess with Isekai, the whole genre. Like it takes a lot to convince me to show up. It takes almost a bribe to make me finish one. Like I just don't like it. I don't like how it's always like medieval fantasy. Like it's like y'all can go to any universe. Why do y'all always go to the same universe? I don't understand. So anyway, rant aside, the animation quality is Studio Wit, so we know Studio Wit is capable of a lot. You kind of see glimpses, but you can also see where the budget they were like, nah, we don't need to care about this part.
Yeah, they hit you with a shoestring budget on a couple joints.
They gave like 55,000 frames per second just for Katana to unsheath her sword, and then for them to basically play patty cake immediately after. Like it was that jarring. It was like, what has happened? So the animation quality leaves something to be desired. Maybe they'll ramp it back up when there's more fighting. I don't know. I don't particularly care. It's kind of cool seeing these characters in anime format. Yes, they could have gave Deadshot and Amanda Waller more melanin, but it's anime. What else can we do? Their rendition of Joker is dumb. Luckily, we only see him for a second. This dude's driving a car manually by playing the piano. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, I did like it. I like his makeup. I like his like Joker smile. I thought that was cool. But
he was quite pretty.
The car
like
drives as a
everything
piano.
else, like Ninja, they made me not care about characters that I kind of have some care about. That's how not good this was for me.
I don't like that they went with the kindergartner mentality version for King Shark. I kind of got used to the Harley Quinn version where he's more sentient, but it's fine. Clayface was kind of fun.
Clayface was kind of fun. Deadshot kind of looked like Jimmy from Superman.
Oh, and Peacemaker literally is John Cena though. I'm like, how that happen? Like Peacemaker is actually John Cena, but the other characters do not look like their actors.
Deadshot,
that's where they spent the budget at.
Deadshot,
it's like John Cena. Can we use your face?
Like generic black dude, like he had a little afro.
They didn't go Will Smith or Idris Elba. They just went, they went that generic style.
They ain't go with the Killmonger, did they?
Will Smith canon.
No, they did not.
All right, cool.
He didn't have the side. He just his lock should stick up straight. I will say this, that I will have one glimmer of hope in the sense that when this is dubbed, because I know they're going to dub it, obviously, it's Warner Brothers, it might translate better because we're so used to seeing these characters that the Japanese humor is lost a little on them, because you're kind of like, okay, like, for instance, like Harley Quinn saying, Pudding John, like, not necessarily... Not necessarily versus if
like
he has that
though.
Jersey accent, maybe it might go over better.
John?
Yeah, because stuff like that. Like you're like the humor's a little off. Yeah, so
I'll defend the show a little bit.
We can't.
You usually don't try this hard with DC stuff, Coop, but You try real hard, and I'm telling you,
all I'm gonna say is
it's a
this.
thin living, bro.
I have not watched it yet. So, but all I'm saying is,
It's
I listen
thin.
to
It's
you
like
all.
it's like
but-
the little steak that you get from Dollar Tree that you shouldn't eat.
Oh Lord!
And
But can I
it's
just tell
it's
y'all
that
this
thin.
though? Not only is it getting the IGN 7, but as we talked about that in the beginning,
Right.
or okay, that IGN 7 because that check cleared, as y'all say.
Yeah, that check
But-
clear, boy.
A lot of the how can I say anime news network. Look, I love Anime News Network as a resource or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes the stuff that I love, they hate, but then they were like Suicide Isekai. They're loving it. Like they're going.
Of
back
course
to-
they are, man. You know Warner
When-
Brothers
when
spread their cheese
No, I
around.
think they
When
legit
I
like
tell
it.
you, they made me not care about characters that I usually do have some care about. It's that not good.
You also
and I'm
run the risk. You run the risk when you have characters you know really well, and you put them with a bunch of generic characters you don't know nothing about. It
Yeah.
becomes like it's like, do I really care about this story at all now? So if they're going to do an isekai thing, they should have teleported them to Injustice or teleported them even to like feudal Japan and had to deal with some name brand like Yasuke or something like that, like or Nobunaga or something. Like they needed to do something where it makes you kind of cared about the world they were teleported to, and then B, have those characters be able to have the same weight as like we know everyone in the Suicide Squad already. So now we got to get introduced and care about these people in their lives, and when they're literally the most generic white bread medieval people you can kind of pull out your butt. Like I'm
It's
like
always the medieval, man. They love that
and
medieval.
also, you can't teleport DC characters into a world. They're like, oh, it's magic.
this
It's
is
like, well,
isekai,
they're not going to be
this is-
surprised by magic. There's magic in their universe. Like the world is not different enough.
Yeah, oh man. And see, I didn't get that far. I got to the point where they finally locked up Harley after the fight with Katana. That was it. I was like, yeah, I'm done. That fight scene, I was like, let me get out of here and watch something that's important.
It was
like-
such a huge letdown. I mean, they animated her unsheathing the sword so well. I was like, oh wow, this is
That
about
joke
to
was
go
mad sweet.
down. And then it literally turned into two potatoes turning on top of each other. I was like, what is
Two potatoes.
two potatoes, hot potato?
It's not really that great.
Decrease.
They were kind of just like flippy do, and that was it.
We were like, these are two very fast characters, and we see them going, I'm like, what in the stop motion?
I'm
No,
gonna watch
not
the
great.
first 3 episodes, or I'm gonna try to get through one. If I like it, or if it's okay, do y'all mind if I review it, or y'all don't want to have?
Yeah,
it?
you can.
Man, look,
I'm saying,
yeah.
y'all
You
don't
be
have no
reviewing
problem.
Mashal and stuff. I don't be
Cool.
watching that.
First of all, hold on.
Trust me.
Hold up.
Trust me,
Don't
bud.
you put Mashal down
It's
like
all, it's all you play.
I'm not pushing
Hey,
Mashal
hey,
down. I'm
hey,
giving you an example of something that you review
out.
and I don't
No.
watch.
that. Shout out.
Sherry say it's all you, Playboy.
All you,
That is the
Playboy.
sentiment.
Shout
You
out
got
to
it.
Rachel.
You-
Just
you not-
Rachel
you not
Gamble. I'm always
We
going.
not wrong
Look
about
at
this.
the
I'm always gonna big
Blessing.
up Rachel because that's my fellow masher. All right. Shout out to
Matter
you.
of You know
Good
what?
job
Shout
for
out,
having your
shout out
baby.
to Gamma because she got a new baby out there in them streets,
Nah, you ain't gonna
Kicking
do
it.
Masher. Leave
know what I'm
Masher
saying?
alone.
getting ready to
Yeah.
get on those high seas.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I will definitely leave Mashal alone. As I will leave this Suicide Squad Isekai.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
man,
I look and
You can
I
power
followed
through all
the-
you want, Coop.
I followed the Ninja Sama rule. I gave it 3. I watched 2 full episodes. By episode 3, my eyes were gagging. I don't even know how that works,
Wow.
but
Just
my
wow.
eyes threw up.
man,
I
I saw
was
that.
like,
I saw
okay,
that patty
I've
cake
seen
fight,
enough.
and I was like, I'm good.
We gonna move on.
I've seen
'cause I don't
enough.
because I ain't watched that.
Okay,
Y'all-
all right,
Y'all
then-
improving.
All right, if we gonna move on, I'm gonna go to this show. All right, when this show first started, I was like, you know what? It's all right. I'll stick around. I can watch this. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I kind of dig it. I had no idea that I would be saying that Viral Hit might be one of my favorite finales of the whole year. I ain't going front. Viral Hit is hilarious.
What now? Now y'all might hate on me for mashing this that, but who said if you stick around, Mike? I know we give you the three and out rule. I said, bruh, I didn't watched Red a whole
Bruh,
lot.
I liked
It's gonna
Viral Hit from the first episode though. Viral Hit's first episode is way
Mike,
better than Suicide
you
Squad's
were
first
kinda
I will
episode.
giving-
tell you this, bro. If it has felt like you were gonna drop off,
Yeah.
me and Coop was sitting saying every week, I think
Cause
you're
you
gonna
was like
drop
you
off
wanted
this
to,
week.
you saw that JJK word. I'm like, man,
But-
yeah, come on now.
But it started getting better with
Yes,
every
yes.
episode. It
That's
really
what all we
did.
wanted you to see.
But
is
see,
that
I
this
liked
dude,
it. That's one that I liked from the beginning though. So it's not the same. It's not that. Trust me. Isekai.
and
That
every
Suicide Squad
episode
is straight doo-doo cakes.
with Viral Hit is different. Like it's kind of different a little bit. Like you see the character shine through with Hoban and Snapper. You know they friendship is ridiculous. And
Bruh.
Gail.
Yo, if they keep writing the chat as funny as they've been writing,
Bruh.
I'ma stay. Bruh, the chat be killing me.
Stays the same
Yo.
way all the throughout. In fact,
Bruh,
this chat is way
Someone
more.
in the chat said sending thoughts and prayers.
Bruh, they that's one thing I wish they would do next season. Slow the chat down so you can
Yo.
see it how it is.
Oh yeah, because I had to rewind and pause it, but then you had me
It-
crying, man.
If they would do like how they did the chat in the webtoon, oh my god, the chat would have you cracking up. Cause the chat, all they gonna do out, they be like, cause Gail's face is actually blocked because she does put a filter, you can't see her.
Uh-huh.
So they don't know how attractive she is. But they like, there's always somebody, show her face. And it's like,
Yo.
we wanna see.
the trip is homie back kick dude in the nuts, right? And somebody said unsubscribe. Yo, I was like, yo, y'all foul, man. Oh, that chat had me done. When it was like, is the next video gonna be a funeral? Like, man, look, I was
When
the
did I
chat
tell
be
you
having me done.
that he was gonna win in an unconventional way?
Oh yeah.
That boy snatched that win.
Man, when he took off that Trump toupee, man, he took off that pre-made bowl cut that he had.
I feel so bad for Monk. I actually felt bad for Monk, even though he need to get it together of how you approach ladies. But it's
The
like,
funny thing is, it's similar to Hoban because he had the book. just like Hoban got his videos, he had a book. He's like, I'm following the plan.
what was the name of the book? Smooth Player.
Something like
Devil
Smooth
Loses.
Player.
What? I'm like,
He's dated 10,000 girls. It's like
and he believes it.
I don't know. I mean, can you do that? I don't think. Is there enough time to do that? I don't think you could do that.
I think he's following a scale artist. That's what he's following.
But I mean, I think it's basically a play and making fun of like these kind of dating, coach guys that you see online and be like, yeah, this is how you get a girl, guys. It's like, yeah, really? You so good at getting girls that you ain't got no girl. Alright.
Because I'm tired of the game. I want to give the game to you.
Let me learn how to make 3-pointers from someone who doesn't make 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Come on, son. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I thought it was funny. He had the book and everything. He's like, I've been following the plan.
I'm
like,
glad that
between that and the chat, I was done with this episode, man. They killing it.
I'm glad that Mongi, even though he was about to, like, he got mad, but he calmed down. Is like, you know what? And he saw that Hoban was a real dude. Like, what have we been saying, Mark? Oh, you're just like me. Like, you're one of us, man. Like, you're one of us. Even though I'm a way better fighter than you, but people actually, wait a minute, people care about my situation, and there's other scrubs who can't get no girl and they sympathize with me. I was like, oh, like you're like, oh, Monkey. But you know what? It's not a big spoiler, but I'll just say this: I love down the line. Mongi's that dude, man. Mongi's that dude. Like, that's why I did good about not saying it, but now Mongi is a part of the crew. Like, from now on,
he cool.
He's one of Hobbin's crew.
And man, I'm like this, man. Go and take off the thing. Just be bald, man.
Nah.
We need more positive bald representation.
it works. Mike, you got the head for it, bro. He in Japan, bro. He in Korea/Japan, because technically in Korea. And remember what Hobbin said? Remember when he knocked out Tae Young, but Tae Young would have got more views for him when he was laid out looking all pretty, and he said lookism is bad. So the author is telling you like, yeah, these pretty boys could just almost die and do better than me. Like I could win the fight and lose the fight at the same time. Damn. So Boggy needs the hair, dog, because I mean that's just probably how they feel. I mean, plus it's not really a symbol of youth when you're like 16, 17 and you're bald.
Oh yeah, I forgot these kids are in high school still. My bad.
He's just a giant, you know. But this is a kid, and you know he's working. It's like he shows his present strength, so he just needs some guidance. And it's like he needs some friends, you know, because look how they did him. He was like he was the top of his weight class as a Syrian fighter, but who they had all in the front? They told him like, "Hey man, can you step back some, Mister?"
It's like back up and bring the pretty boys up front.
It's like, but he's the best there is, and it's just like, dang man. And he thought like maybe this will get me girls, and blah blah blah. Now I do think it's still some. I know this is being translated and it's different from our Western minds. But I do like the throw. He's like, I was only following her because I thought he was being harassed by Mong, what's his name?
Mong
Sung.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Foreshadowing. But you know, but he still was a little overly aggressive. But you know, when you meet giant dudes, sometimes the brain don't always cook. And they, you know, you're a 7-footer or something like that. You might have met, you know, they're not common, but sometimes it might be a little they just in their own reality. So it's like, okay, I'm in reality now, I'm learning, so I can't talk to girls like that. And all of us as men, most of us as men learn that life lesson, that you learn how to approach the opposite sex.
Yeah, and I say, you know what? With you saying that, since we take shows and apply it to our lives in ways where it makes sense, sometimes it's like, look, give each other grace. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're your friends or the people of the opposite, give them grace. Like that whole say 12, 13 to like 16 or so, it's weird. Okay, it's like, weird. You don't know how to you know, you like someone, you don't know how to say it. You feel weird. People making fun of you on the side and stuff. Just give each other grace.
I look at myself, at my 12 to say, even my 12 to 18. You know, I thank God everything I've done wrong at school was not caught or not put in the article. I would have been expelled. I'm not even lying. I wasn't no bad kid. I did some ish I shouldn't have been doing. I did not get caught or turned in. Thank God. You know, because my dad would have been like, man, what's wrong with you? Like, he would have understood, but it would not worked out well for me.
Bruh, so I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. Look, y'all can go in and laugh, or y'all can go in and you know what I'm saying, stand in solidarity with your boy, but your boy was getting rejected. Oh, your boy, I'm gonna keep it real. Shouts out to Manchester High School. Your boy pretty much asked out just about every black girl that was there, and none of them wanted to go to the movie, and none of them wanted to go to the mall.
See, I'll say this:
I figure somebody has to say yes.
See, Mike, I was getting rejected too, but I was also getting rejected, but I was also shooting in the hole too, man. So I mean, I'm saying I was shotgun.
I mean, look, I mean, shoot, we all go through it, bro. I was like Kobe, bro. I had got to a point, I shot everything because I was like, even if I miss, if I hit a few of them, I'm still winning.
TruDAT.
Shot you don't
still
take.
Winning.
Look,
all I gotta do, I'm gonna shoot at everything, and whatever's left standing, I'm gonna take that home with me.
You know, I'll just say this. You know, 9th and 10th grade. You know, I struck out. Look,
man,
I even struck out.
It was sad, boy.
Well, you know what really pisses me off, and I ain't gonna say this ain't no shot at women, nothing, because we're all young. Like, I'd be like, why did, like, it would be like a girl would be like, I like you, and then we will like, be my girlfriend for like a week, but then it's like, nah, it ain't working. Like, what the hell? I ain't even get started.
We just like, began. The trial period has just begun.
It was like, you kinda hate, but I can do. But I guess when somebody look like Tay Young's come in, swoop in,
Man, and
glisten,
like I ain't gonna
glistening.
front.
Oh, I could do better.
This
Okay.
is why I always make the joke about like be like, do we have waves? Like that's why I'll be like, cause look, I'm telling you, when I was in school, bro, if you had waves, it was a slam dunk. If you had waves, and you was light skinned, it was over, son. I'm telling you, it was over.
I admit,
Mike,
You was living in
you
La
want to
Vida
laugh,
Loca.
bro? We in Louisiana, bro. That's common as slices of white bread.
yeah, you gotta have
Oh,
a little more.
okay. So y'all got that.
Look, I came up in the era where Nino Brown had stabbed
Yeah.
Kareem Akbar in the hand in New Jack City
It was over.
and say he ain't like his light skinned self anyway.
Oh yeah.
I remember watching that in the
He
theater.
was pretty.
And I said to myself, that's the death knell for light skinned brothers. We was out of style after that.
I mean, kind of, sort
I had to
of.
learn how to defend myself because then we had to fight.
The problem
They're
is,
like, oh, you yelling, you soft as butter.
but you too can overcome that if you were tall and slim, and if you had money and you had all the polo, all the J's.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had to have the polos and
all
all
the
that.
gold
Well,
chains.
Hoban ain't got that. Hoban ain't got that stuff.
Y'all, Coop just made sure if I had a little juice, I have that. He said you had to be tall and good looking and have money.
I'm telling you,
I was
like,
like,
look, bruh, I was tall enough, but I wasn't skinny. I wasn't, I wasn't hated or whatever. I wasn't super popular. I had waves sometimes, I had to work hard to maintain them, but I wasn't like, tall, pretty boy, slim, or super muscular. So you get what you get. Who like you? Like, look, man. Hey, look, my dad, like, that's why I love my dad. My dad, like, look, I'm ugly, but my woman pretty. My dad didn't care. Like I said, Dad, don't.
Man, look, I'm
Like,
like y'all
do
a pro
something like
tip.
that.
But it made me laugh though. My dad be like, yeah. My dad would call himself Charcoal. Like, Dad, don't ever call yourself Charcoal.
Like, Dad, don't do that. Come on, Dad.
No. But my dad was older, y'all. He was born in 1924. Yes, I was raised by an older man. So some of the things did translate. I'm like,
Yeah.
Self love over here, man. Self love over here. But yeah, so just back to this, like Mongi and Hoban, and it's kind of like Mongi is like a big Hoban, but he's just a better fighter.
Yeah, because he's actually like won championships and stuff.
Yeah, and his confidence of hurting people ain't no problem. And like when he beat up all those pretty boys, he's like, you know what I can't stand? Pretty boys. Like I'm gonna beat all of y'all.
I forgot when they also asked if he pulled out his spine.
It's over.
Yo,
like,
this
over.
show, like the chat in the show is some of the best stuff on the low, man. It's like, you know what? It's like the random side comments and statements that used to be in the Boondocks cartoon. Like that joint, man.
It's
like shouts to Boondocks for them random comments from the side. You'd be like, hold on, who said that?
It'd be like, or be like, or even the Avatar cough, where they'll say something crazy, something like, it'd just be that one little cough. It'd be like crickets. I love when people do that, but yeah, the chat is actually very much cleaned up for the show.
Oh, word? Oh, okay.
You need to just scan the webtoon and just look at they will show you the chat. And it's like, dang.
Yo, the chat is hilarious in this show. So yeah, I just want to give our hit its love, man. This season has been fun. The chat is, I'm gonna keep it real, just like the people that are making this know about I guess user generated video culture. Like they know about, especially with like the chat and the way they're making videos and trying to go live all the time and stuff. These people are tuned into YouTube. They're tuned into Twitch. They know how this stuff works.
Yes,
and
absolutely,
the chat kind of becomes its own character because in real life it kind of is. Like if you're live streaming and a certain person comes in, you're like, oh, here come the peanut gallery. Yes. It's like you cool, you contribute, but like, bro, look, just be cool because sometimes you be wilding.
Is really the peanut gallery, the Greek chorus. They are the third unseen person's mental. They are our avatar sometimes. So the chat is us and we are the chat, and then the chat goes bizarre. But they but for to say that this is, again, it's Korean sourced is the material through the Japanese filter, but it still hits through the Western mindset. Like it ain't far off. Like I say, the webtoon is brutal. Like they know what they doing. They really understand what we would probably say or internet culture with them comments in the webtoon. Webtoon is R-rated, just all the way R-rated.
Wow.
Like oh yeah, hey they could show. Japan would not probably let all that, even though they be cursing in some of this. The way they have it in the webtoons, they filtered that down a little bit.
Oh word. Well, also when he did the kick, and there was people in the chat like, oh, and they were like, a win's a win, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
The chat is funny, man. The chat is another character.
Yeah. And then of course you got Snapper, who's like like everything works together for this show that keeps it funny. And I think it's gotten funnier throughout. Like I started in this show saying, it's all right, let me see where it goes. And now I'm like, man, this show is funny. This show is funnier than I thought it was gonna be.
You want more. And they're doing this without even being really super animated. It's really, because
I thought they were gonna go in more of a serious tone, but this is way funnier than I thought.
No. You keep going. Just keep living, like they say.
They said thoughts and prayers when he had him in the air, bro, right before he slammed him.
To be honest with you, season 1, you're basically meeting Hobin's crew. But remember what he said? Everything was like after he met his mama, I love it that he's like, I love the theme song. I'm a sucker for this. First of all, I love the ending to be hit. But I love when it's like a special episode or like the end of the season or the end of the series. The music is the hero's music or whatever is playing, and it's like a music video. And he's talking to his mom. He's happy. He's upbeat. But remember, he's narrating this also. He's like, this is before pretty much the Fire Nation attacked. He was like, yeah, it's going to get really, really messed up, like really bad. He's still gonna have his funny, like he's still gonna be happy. Hoban is gonna be Hoban, but there's no going back. But the best thing is that he met a Mongi. He met, a Taeyoung. Like Mongi, Taeyoung, Snapper. He gonna meet others, and and even old girl, the pretty girl who helped fool the comedy crew. She's a part of the crew, technically. She's gonna be doing her thing, but these people legit start to care.
These are the allies that he like kind of word up.
Yeah, this is your team. So you literally met the team through season 1. He just had to get over, had to build this up. Paco had to show that he can, what he's willing to do by fighting somebody like Taeyoung. Luckily, Taeyoung was nice on him. And then to even have the balls to go up against a Mongi Wang, but to show that like I care about, Bomi. And I know it's gonna be goofy, kids way. He ain't gonna really know how to express himself to Bomi for a long time, this and that. So if you're looking,
but at least he's talking to her all the time though. He he getting the convo on. Yeah, relationship is good. So they good.
So
at least she don't do him like Nagatoro, man.
Well, I mean, hey,
she don't torture him.
Nagatoro is just a sick person, but I already told you.
He's a sadist.
I already told you. But at the end of the day, though, I know nobody approved it, but Mark, how it goes. Senpai wins at the end of the day. I'm saying he went through that torture, but sometimes the tortures. I ain't saying do it. I ain't saying what you should do. I'm just saying for some people.
Just saying it's working out a little bit.
The juice
enduring all that hard is worth it.
The juice is worth the squeeze. That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
Anyway, let's move on.
You can tell when somebody been raised by some older people because they say stuff like
juice is worth the squeeze.
Juice is worth the squeeze.
Wait, hey,
I agree.
All I'm gonna say is this: what did Gold tell you without being too much? You never do that. You'll never get that again. You endure that pain. What your boys told you, Mark?
Golden?
Yeah. So you endure that pain. You never get that again.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks, Golden.
I'm just saying. Hey, there's always somebody ready to slingshot themselves.
He didn't say it quite as sweetly. It was way more insulting.
Yeah. I ain't gonna even say all what he.
I love my buddy, man.
Yeah, Golden insulted you and then said you'd never get that again.
Mm.
Wow.
That's my guy.
Thanks, Golden Wang.
Yo.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
I
okay. So
love
how?
that you love viral hits so much, Mike. I'm glad
Yes.
that it's
Thank
impacted you this way because I absolutely love it too. It
It's
is.
been getting better. It's been getting better and better. I liked it. I just liked it kind of like basically on like, yeah, I'll watch this. And now I'm like, nah, man, when's the next season coming?
Yeah,
So
man.
that's the mark of a good show.
Again, you know what? Again, y'all, shout out to Black Master Donde. If you can't wait, go to his channel, go to his playlist, watch how he reads a viral hit. He brings it to life. You know, it's
Yeah,
literally
he is marvelous, y'all.
yeah. So
Yeah.
He
there.
is marvelous, and I got it. Like we don't know, dude, but 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 from interaction, like while he's live streaming, and
He's a nice
he
guy.
cool as
Yeah,
a fan. So
Yeah.
I
y'all
follow
go
him on
check him
Twitch.
out,
I
man.
follow him
Yeah,
on
like he
YouTube.
seemed, at least from watching his videos, he seemed cool.
Yeah, ain't no, you can comment and be like, hey, what's up? And he'll be like, hey, he'll be just like the chat over our head. He'll be like, hey, what's up? So it's very meta. He gets it. They get it totally. I love it. So if you gotta get viral hit in your life, there is a way to get it, or just go to the webtoon and read it. But if you black and you want some talents, how we might perceive things, go to Black Master Dante.
Yeah.
Viral hit in your life.
You let me
He
tell
got you on lock.
as a man who is of the advanced age of 40 great, I did not think that I would be so enthralled by another grown man reading to me at story time, but I am.
Hey man,
I am.
The thing about these,
It's the way he does it. He is good. I'm telling you. For me to have said it that way, y'all.
I mean, people preach to you.
well,
They
straight
give
up,
you, like,
like
speeches.
this is these channels like Master Dante's, Black Master Dante's, to me remind me of when I was younger, and we would sit down and talk about the comics that like say, of course my mom is not going to buy every single comic book, but my friend got JLA, so he going to tell me what happened in JLA. You know what I'm saying? And I see these comic book, these channels as the same thing. It's like, oh, word. Well, I got X-Men, so I'm gonna tell you what happened with X-Men. And you got Spider-Man, you gonna tell me what happened in Spider-Man, or you gonna tell me what happened in Batman this week or this month or whatever. And that's how these channels come off to me, and it's like nostalgic in that way for me.
What you are saying, Mike, is basically heroes and myths and legends are passed down through spoken word and through oral
Yep.
tradition. That is culture. That is how we perceive things. That's how we pass along oral history. So, of course, the first superheroes were myths and legend, like, say, Goku, the Monkey King, as the Journey to the West, or, for Black American history, like John Henry, even though it's sad, but, you pass down that story, or, Paul Bunyan, or some, or even before there was Paul Bunyan, before Popeye became a thing, he was an actual person, but then who told tall tales and all this. So those things formulate into IP, into stories that Disney sometimes manipulate for themselves. But I'm just saying, it turns into things that you can see, and it becomes a real life thing. It's like, oh, was there a Peter Pan? Something crazy like that. So to see this be able to be turned in the real world, and to see him talking about something so meta as a Twitch streamer, as a YouTuber, about this character who's going through it and why he's doing it, how it happens, and have some like real life semblance. It's a good synergy. That's just all the way. That's why I can say it. For us podcasters, for us gamers, us streamers, for us who want to get into YouTube, it's just kind of a meta thing to go with it. But also, you root for the little guy who
just trying to help his moms out.
Trying to help his mom. And I know people like, oh, that's cliche, blah blah. I don't care. Sick moms in anime, I'm gonna root for you if that's your goal. If you're helping somebody do something good, you got me at least 20-30% in.
Oh, I will say this before we move on. I saw it's a new boo. Saw a new boo. Might be. I mean, she booed up the little nurse. I saw him. I saw the pink cheeks.
Remember, I told you that she was supposed to be that was the one that she's just gonna disappear. Don't
Oh,
worry
never
about
mind.
it. That's the one who he wanted to do, but it's more so like, oh, I'm proud of you, blah blah blah. But he couldn't really fit her in the story. She's just So it's Gail, and it's
It was an NE heartbreak.
It's always Bomi. Bomi is it, and he probably realized, let's just.
I mean, I get it.
Do this because we got to do all this of like we have lot of darkness coming, and a lot of problems solving for some crazy, jealous, insane maniac people. It only gets bad.
Okay,
like
all right.
Like you're gonna get some weird characters. So
all right, Coop. Then all right, what you want to hit next? We got other finales. So
speaking of weird, terrible, and crazy bad. You know where I'm going, man. It's time for Geass Fighter D. Might be,
snap.
In this landscape, I'm having a hard time between who is my favorite new character. I'm gonna put Dungeon in. They're like a quartet. Like I love all of them, so I can't really pick one out. But Fighter D, and I know I read ahead. But I love that character. It's something about his little ignorant ass. I'm just gonna say it like that. I love it so much because he's so bronzy. He got guts. He don't like none of y'all people, and he's out to prove it. He's out to expose you while killing. He's a maniac. He's a little sociopath, but he's a good sociopath, possibly.
Yeah, it's
because
I guess the very wavering opinions of the different people about what's going on during this show definitely keeps you on your toes.
Right. And the easiest, like, I love the action of the see it animated. I read it. It actually, reading it, I know y'all. I know nobody's gonna do this but me, but probably Gamma or something like that. Reading it and watching it helps a lot. They purposely are not going to like hold your hand. It's kind of done on purpose. The only character you actually do get to get into the character's mindset, especially who you would think is good. Most of the characters are good. I ain't gonna go deep into what you might see eventually down the line. I will say the next arc is gonna be more action. It's gonna be very weird, very bizarre. It's gonna get a little more sci-fi, I would say. Like the Ranger stuff was just a real we're making fun of the Rangers, but it's like, how but when they put the little character things, the little kanji in front of D's face, like, get that out my face. That's kind of the attitude that remains. All right, get these Power Rangers out of here. He's like, I don't care about them. Like, they gotta go. And that is the one constant through this story. And I know more why, but it's good. Like D being able to like come to grips with like, man, you boss characters. Like, and I love that D in the past, like, man, I'm not about to go die for these boss characters. Man, they don't care.
Yeah, D is very disillusioned by the bosses. He ain't.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the company man in this situation.
And then he realized, because he was like, look, okay, the boss is dead. He's like, man, my job is to fight and to kill the Power Rangers. He just didn't know how much of a scam that he was participating in from the bosses. And he's like, they not dead, so they really did not come back to mess with us. They really don't care. Like, so we're just shields out here. We ain't this.
Just like cannon fodder.
And I don't know what makes D so different. But then again, I guess they have the boss monsters gave them the ability to think and feel. And it's kind of sad that, like when Blue said,
did they give that to him, or is it just something that he like? Did he just because Patroller was like, "You an anomaly. I don't even know if we can allow you to hang around."
But to be honest, I think all of them can feel. I think they just created them, and they just like, all right, y'all go on ahead and y'all learn. So I guess they always have the ability to learn, because like remember, like the big one, he started to feel a little bit before he died, and he actually like, I'm gonna go out. D kind of inspired him. He just got killed by Red, and how he was saying. So I don't think it's like nothing that prevents them from learning. They just been beaten down and downtrodden. Basically, your captors made you slaves. and they mentally messed with you and beating you down, and the people who were so called on your side don't care about you. And to be honest, reading a little bit more further, I hate to say it, it's apparent it's not bumping up against our history, but let's just say some language with that way is like, god damn it. It's like you start to feel for the fighters, and that's why I don't care who D kills. I don't, because the bulk of everybody kind of deserve it, except for the cadets he trained with. Because there's a lot of conspiracy.
It's so funny that he ended up like legitimately caring about some humans,
and
he's mystified about it himself.
He's like, because he don't even have to eat. Like the fighters don't have to eat, but he's like, I like eating food. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's like it tastes good. So this is a thing that don't have to behave like us, but he's learning from us, and he's learning to feel, and he's learning respect. But the first thing that D gets is like, oh, you respect me enough to battle me. Thank you. Even if you're stronger than me, thank you for not treat me like light work, that you would even fight to kill me. And he would see how respectful he was of Blue, like, Blue, you garbage and all that. He's like, no, you can't die like this. I must be able to beat you. And for the voice actor to be able to convey that, like, I love D, because D can do comedy. The voice actor, first, I don't know who that voice actor is, but shout out to him. He's bringing D to life, because you get D's motivation. When you start to get D, Fighter D, and what he wants, he starts to realize what he wants. It makes this show that much more entertaining and much more thought provoking. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre show, y'all. Like,
yeah, the casual nature of the people that you expect to be mad, and then you're like, oh, y'all ain't mad? Oh, well, okay, I guess. All right, well, I guess it's not a big deal to you. And then finding out Patrol is still there, seeing XX is rolling around eating Patroller, so I guess she's powering up or something. And then, of course, the kid that we thought was dead ain't dead, so we don't know what the situation is going to be when he wakes up. So this thing definitely it keeps you like unsure of everybody's stance.
I kind of want to give y'all some direction, but I'll say this: even if I tried to spoil it, I'm telling you, I'm in 120 some chapters. There's no real way to. There's some things that can be spoiled. I still don't understand everybody's motivations. As far as the young little Afro dude, he's pretty much done so far in the series. You ain't gonna really see him no more. He kind of gave his parts. Like, you don't even worry about him.
Oh, well, I mean, they showed him laying in the bed like he was gonna have some more to do later. So I was like, all right.
No, he's kind of done. He's there. He's more so there to motivate D to kind of push that stuff, and then but his homeboy, is like kind of pushing that thing with him, because his homeboy like, man, because XX is not necessarily like demotivated, help change XX a little bit. XX learned a little bit about humans. She's like, yeah, this is wrong. Like, Patroller, you ain't really like she worships Patroller in them, but she even know like we're supposed to fight them and be honorable and show you that my pride as a monster and I can take you out that way. And what he do? He just run around zapping people in the neck, sneaking them, and they didn't really. You can see how they didn't jive with that. So that's why she kind of
like he like they figure he's a god, and he's supposed to move with honor, and he moves like a coward, and he strike people down from the back, a sneak attack. Yeah, they don't respect him.
Honest. In the manga, I don't think she ate Patroller. In fact, I thought Patroller was murdered all the way. That does feel like slight different, but I wouldn't say that she's powering up. She more so just like a vessel to get him out safely, because she just like they hide him. So yeah, like the boss monsters are the boss monsters, the fighters are the fighters. Like there ain't no merging of them two so far. Like they are just slaves. I hate to say it like that. They are nothing. Like they're in fact they're not even like counted upon by the boss monsters you'll find. They'll be like, oh yeah,
they're kind of just like whatever.
They're
They're
like
shields.
just get out there and die over and over again.
They're fodder.
Unfortunately.
And don't challenge what I say, or just shut up and go in the corner. Like you're stupid. You're not. You don't matter. So that's been the theme. And D is like, screw this. And he gets more and more just like, man, I'm going to kill everybody. He's like, I'm going to kill the Rangers for sure, because that's what I was actually born to do. So I'm gonna do my job, and you boss people, screw you, because y'all, my homies sitting up here worshiping you all. We having an internal war against ourselves, and they got slaughtered when they was following y'all stupid tails. We could have been, at least if we're gonna die, we could have all went out together with dignity, and that's kind of what D wants. It's like, if we're gonna die and if we're gonna get killed, we should have did it fighting the Rangers. So now he has to play both sides, figure it out, and he's adept at it, but it's just like he's confused. He's still gonna have some confusion. And I love reading it. Like, I can't really fully explain it because I don't want to make sure I don't spoil anything. But yeah, that's my take on it. Like, I love how the teamwork they had to fool Patroller to kind of kill, as far as I know, maybe everything but one Patroller. He hasn't popped up back in the book, so I don't know if something changes.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, but I thought they killed him. Why is there still one floating around? But then she ate him, so I was like, I guess he's possessing her or something now. They don't really. They're just like, stick around till next week and you'll find out maybe.
They're not gonna tell you straight up. Like, we're about to be clearly on. We're going into another arc that has nothing to do with Patroller. Like, I promise you, unless they about to do some real changing from the book, but I doubt it.
He said, I doubt it.
Like, I feel like they're gonna. That might just been a cool visual. They might be a thing that get dropped. XX will be around down the line later, but as far as in the book, she ain't like she's more powerful. It's more so like it's really about the psychological with these characters. The only people who truly have power, boss characters, the Rangers. Everybody else is in the middle, and it's hell. Like, if you're a human or you're a casualty, the whole fakeness of the fake / realness of it. Like, honestly, the invasion is real, but the Rangers made it a fake thing for their own benefit.
Got you.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess saying like,
and I mean, maybe we're seeing this weird activity from the Rangers because now instead of it being fake, it's kind of real. Like, it's like, okay, hold up, Red lost his weapon and now Blue's dead. So okay, I know we've been playing pit pat with these monsters for a little bit, but maybe this is serious.
No. They know how serious it is. They don't care. I promise you, they don't.
But don't they want to stay alive?
They don't. Somebody's gonna stay alive.
I mean, of course. I know someone's gonna survive.
What I'm saying is, somebody's gonna stay alive, and there's always gonna be Rangers. That's the best way I can tell you.
All right.
I'll say this: Yellow is trash, completely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Yellow is trash.
Yellow's.
But I mean, all of them they're either trash or a murderer or completely disinterested. Almost like, yo, why are you even here? If I mean, maybe this is just something to do for you.
This is the best way I could call Yellow. Yellow is kind of like, it just hit me because he's the scientist of it all. He is like Rusty Venture. Without the insecurity problems. So he knows a lot. There's a lot that needs to be done. he might even say can do some things that Rusty Venture did in his show, and I'm alluding to it. So he is he knows a lot, and I'm learning this through the manga, and that's why he's all smiles. It's just like okay, and
then we also got before we jump off, we also got a nice little tease with Green Eyes and the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So we got a tease for what's to come in season 2. I mean, I'm assuming they already got greenlit for season 2.
Yeah. Are you talking about Hibiki?
Is it Hibiki?
Yeah, Hibiki is the one with the stark green eyes, and his face is messed up from the acid. So that's Hibiki, who's running around crazy. And basically, before we get off, just like I said, when you realize who is the Reject Ranger, but you can say the title Reject Ranger kind of goes between Hibiki, D, and Red, because they're all it's kind of like they're all tied in their philosophy or what they do and don't know and what they're trying to figure out and trying to break through this BS of this world. Like Hibiki is a pure character, and unfortunately in this world it seems like the more pure you are, the more you get hurt. Like Hibiki is good, and that's why it's very important that D learn from Hibiki and to kind of take his identity, because he basically is going to be Hibiki for the bulk of this series. And then if he's not Hibiki, he's Ignorant D. Ignorant D.
Anyway, all right. Let me go and move on. Cause I know we getting super late, but there's a lot of finales and stuff going on. So we got a lot of finales.
Quite a bit of material.
Spring anime has been fire.
Plus, y'all got the chapters. I work hard to put the chapters there, so just use them. Y'all be alright. There's a pause button. Use the chapters. You know what I'm saying? I work hard to make sure that the time things is at least sort of all right.
You crying about 20 minutes, we're gonna send Fighter D after you. He gonna stab you up and then he gonna dance.
Oh man! Speaking of stabbing, the most dapper one known as Muzan. Oh man, Muzan came to town. You know what I'm saying?
Before we do that, can we do? You want to do kaiju? I'm talking. You want to do kaiju? Like, do you want to do kaiju?
I do want to do kaiju. I just want to do. Okay. I ain't gonna leave Kafka out there.
Okay. Oh yeah, we do Muzan. My bad.
Kafka ain't gonna get left. No. We gonna hold him down. But your boy Muzan, dapper dripped up.
He was dripped up. Man.
He was nice, walking in slow mo and all that. But I want to give a shout out to the resolute discipline that a whole family must have to know that their whole purpose is to suicide bomb this man. Like, unless they didn't know, unless they didn't know, because they may not have known, but it seems like they're all in this clan. Maybe this was the plan, and I ain't going front. It's not a bad plan. It's not a bad plan. This dude likes to talk. He likes to gloat. You know what I'm saying? You bait him in, and you hit the button.
I'm not happy with it, but at the same time, because I wish there was in a perfect world that the children and the wife could have got away, especially since her boy was dying. But at the same time, who's on there? You're not getting away. He ain't gonna get away. So I don't want to just shout out to her being happy with the suicide bomb. But I will say, I guess when you look at the spirituality of Demon Slayer and what these people believe in, they're about as pure, far as I guess if it's Buddhist, I don't know if it's Buddhist or whatever, but I guess they're like, we got a job to do. We are literally fighting the devil. Y'all, whatever you believe in, but I'm just gonna say this.
I mean, Muzan is essentially the devil in this show.
When they say shake the devil off, man, you got to do everything to get this man off you. He's sneaky, manipulative. He's powerful. you got to. He's tempting. He's petty. He's evil, and he's wicked. Like dang, like he was wicked before he was a demon.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, man, the conversation, and it's just like the parallels probably of some things you will see in the Bible. You know, he's like, I don't suffer. I killed thousands of humans. Ain't no grand scheme. Ain't no gods do nothing to me. Ain't no gods to punish me. Buddha ain't punish me. The gods ain't punish me. It's all hogwash. Like, whatever. And then you got the master, Ubashayashi, or however you say his name. It's like Ubayashiki. It's like, you know what, Muzan, we cousins. Like we ain't like cousins no more, but oh. And I kind of knew something like that I think they were related, or Muzan was a part of something. But I love that he's like, I'm gonna get this off on you, Playboy. You've been a bane to my family for a thousand years.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to purify ourselves. We had to marry the most devout priestesses and priests to better ourselves, to get rid of this curse. While you run around out here, you know, just eating up people and blah blah blah. We brought you into this world. We got to get rid of you. And my clan, who has started the Demon Slayers, my family, my children, they will not only will they not give up, they're gonna be motivated by my death, by my being a martyr, and they are going to be relentless on you. Man, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
He said you stepped on the tiger's tail and incurred the dragon's wrath. And the funny thing is that Muzan's like, so? Like, it's a trip. It's like both of them are serving like crazy lines at each other. But it's the whole time we have no idea. Bruh, this whole place is rigged to blow. You ain't got no idea.
The special effects. I thought Muzan did it, but when to find out he didn't do it, I loved it. But shout out to the family. I wish it didn't have to be that way, because it's hard to see children happy before their death, but they rigged it and had a family portrait for you to burn you to hell, even though he didn't die. But
that was a good shot. They took a good shot at that guy.
Like they like
great shot, bro.
You gonna learn something.
Like tow him up. He regenerated fast, but
yeah, but you know,
gave him a little parting gift.
You know what? That's why we love characters like Ubi the Master, and then Stars and Stripes. Like they to be so like you said, resolute. The opposite of Endeavor.
And see, now this solves, because I talked about this last week where I was like, man, he doesn't have any security or anything, but now I see, because he was like, look, I'm gonna take this guy down and I don't want nobody else to get swept up in this. And I guess maybe the family was like, we don't want you to go down alone or something like that. But yo, the response, the Hashira running there, the explosion was crazy. Then the what is it, Tamayo coming through with the blood beads or the flesh beads or whatever. Man, look, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
I mean, outside the fact that he had to die, but you know what I'm saying, still, like they was ready for him. Honestly, if he did not have the guitar girl, he might have been in trouble for real.
Oh, I mean, they had a plan. The plan.
Yeah, everybody was unleashing they heavy hitting stuff on him too. So he'd have been in trouble.
The Stone Hashira told you the plan, like in his backstory, we gonna beat his ass until the sun come up. Yeah, that was the plan. And unfortunately, yeah, like you said, she hit that guitar pick and just ended the series.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'll say this though. I saw my boy Commodore check him. Like it Commodore saw him. It was like, oh, that's him. Wasn't no fear. Wasn't no hesitation.
Nope.
Wasn't nothing but you. It was like an iron in the fire, and you just saw it getting hotter and hotter. By the end, Commodore had me ready to run through a wall.
Yes.
I'm ready to whoop Muzan tail.
A character like that, like, first of all, and I'm gonna side. Can I just quick rant?
Say, bro.
I'm gonna say this real quick.
They in hell, and he was like, "Yo,
let me say
I ain't ducking no
quick.
smoke. Nah, I'm sending you to hell, buddy."
The people who ever said Tanjiro is too soft, he cried too much. No, y'all. I'm gonna say this. Y'all
he'll look like
y'all
no crybaby to me right now.
Understand the difference between torturous pain in your soul versus being a crybaby. There are two different things. When you have lost, when you have suffered, when you have been torn, beat down. Muzan beat this man's spirit down when he almost committed suicide. Tanjiro has a pure soul, and he almost killed himself because of his sorrow. And you see the sorrow of every last one of these characters. And I get it. Maybe I'm just easy to please. Maybe I like a good.
No, there's an emotional weight to all of these. Even the people that he has to end up killing, you kind of see their backstory. And you're like, "Dang, you know what?
But just to
if
know
they
that
weren't turned to demons, they could have had a happy life." You know what I'm saying?
And some were just gonna always be demons, like Gitaro, the fighter or whatever, or the bodyguard, or the sick, murderous coward dude. Always are gonna be evil. He was like, I'll pick it 1,000,000 times because I hate humanity, and humanity is to blame too. But and it allows, when you see souls like that, moves on manipulated. We definitely manipulated the brother and sister to make them worse. Even though they loved each other, they had a love for each other, but Muzan was able to use that for his gain, to make him suffer. And we're gonna learn more about some of the demons, I think, in the next 3
Yeah, because I mean they've been sucked into Muzan's world, so it's gonna be own and pop. Because I don't think there's no escape unless the guitar lady lets you out. So
there is no escape. It is. I don't.
But you know what I would like to see, because it looked like I kind of got that vibe from your boy, saying Commodore. All right, it's gonna be like, look, I ain't locked in here with you. You locked in here with me.
Like,
I love that energy.
Everything that the story, every lesson he learned, this is where you're gonna see the making of a legendary hero. Like, this is it. This is go time. There's no more to learn. This is how he becomes either one of the greatest demon slayers of all time. Unfortunately, will he live? I don't know. We don't know. Will he achieve the goal? This is probably still a tragedy, sadly. So, but the goal is the mission. It's not whether if you live. It's all about, will you save Nezuko? Will you save this world? So we have to prepare ourselves mentally that all these characters ain't coming back. Whether it's Hashira, whether it's one of the 3 homies, they can't kill Inosuke. I'm gonna be mad.
Man, I mean, shoot, we hear Rengoku's voice at the end, even though the end isn't really canon.
That part,
but I'm
love
like,
that part.
Look,
that part.
It was chilling. Don't make a brother tear up. Don't choke a brother up.
Yeah, don't play with me. Why you playing with my emotions?
Don't give me that Force Ghost moment right before he about to, when he needs that last bit of energy to take Muzan out or something.
I was not ready for that, because they do the Tashio era secrets, but it's like, that's it. This is it. Like, please go kill Muzan. And this man is telling you from heaven, because y'all seen the movie, like he's in heaven with his mom, and he's like, and he did it in his Rengoku way, and he's like, please, and he's ask you, and then you see and they put the animation back into it, where instead of they were moving like little sock puppets, but there's him looking off into the distance, like, I have to do this for you, big brother. Like, I have to do this for this. I have to do this for that. And it's like, wow, we really are at the end. Like, there's no more joking. There's no more laughter to be had. There's no
Mm-hmm.
more this. It's all business. All can you defeat the devil? Can you overcome this hardship in your life? And that's
And
it.
we got the flesh seeds. We got Tamayo, like straight slamming them in the chest or whatever. It's awesome. It's like it's
Even
too dope.
now, and of course, I guess housekeeping with it. It's kind of. I hate to say it. I read. There's no more series. Everything out. 3 movies. That's it. Like
How many movies? 3?
3. It's a trilogy. So they going straight to
Okay.
the movies. I'm mad, but I'm happy. But if
Oh, so
anything,
this is it? After this is just
there,
movies?
there is no more series. That's why, like, please defeat Muzan. We are going. You are going to
Oh
the Infinity
snap!
Castle.
So we gonna get
That's
a trilogy of films?
this is like in big time. They are into
Yo,
this
look,
anime like in game.
bruh, look, hey, look. I am so ready. I'm gonna be there with my large popcorn.
Bruh.
I'm
We
gonna be
gotta get.
happy.
I gotta get me a robe. I look. I
Man,
gotta
look,
do
I'm
it.
gonna have to wear. I'm gonna have to get me some baggy sweatpants with some socks.
Or I
Pull them
gotta
up
get me a
around my
robe
calf
shirt.
muscle.
I gotta get the sky blue, the cloud shirt. At
I'm gonna
least.
have to find me a mountain to run up because we ain't close to no mountains. The closest mountains we got is out in Charlottesville, so I gotta go. I gotta drive an hour west, and then I gotta start hitting the mountains, run up, run down. You know what I'm saying? And eat some ramen, then get ready so I could come to the to the movie theater prepared. Have my little black suit with the little priest collar. You know what I'm saying?
Look, y'all, I don't
Maybe.
even wear earrings. I would wear me. Look, y'all, I'm sorry. This is me weaving out at 1,000% weave. I would
Bruh.
wear the sun breathing, the rising sun earrings. I would wear those to the movie. I love Tanjiro that much. I don't
Bruh,
care.
I'm a straight come through with the stone Hashira beads. I mean, shoot, I like Akuma anyway. There's 2 people that got beads that I like. Now I mean Akuma, he evil, but still, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'll be coming there with the prayer beads, kicking it.
Look, you gonna get the stone Hashira fade
Mm.
with the good on top, shade on the side.
And shouts to Stone Hashira. Like, I thought he ain't have no weapon. He was like, no, I got weapons. Don't worry about it. He's like, I got weapons. It's just I don't be carrying them around. It's like, yo, the dude with hands. What's his weapon? Is it a sword? No, it's just a big ball with spikes.
Blew Muzan's body off with one
He's
hit.
like, look, I just got a heavy ball of iron with spikes.
I mean,
Bruh.
yeah, you hit somebody in the head with one of them.
Yeah,
It
it's
might
not-
have that effect.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
And he spun he spun that thing and took off like a helicopter. I was like, oh my god.
Bruh. And then the other edge got the other side of the chain got an axe. I'm like, yo, man, this dude is real.
Like he hit you with all the hatred for you and your evil ways. And the master trusted him to prove it. I love it. Now they still be cracking me up with them ages though. They be like, ain't nobody in my family up past
Bruh.
30. I was like, what? I was like, wait, hold up. He was like, nah. He was like, oh yeah, I was 18. I was raising kids out in the woods. Like 18.
Like, who put you in charge of raising kids? Like, what?
That is the most mature ATO ever.
I mean, I consider myself pretty mature at 18, but I don't know if I could take care of kids at 18.
That man had a whole orphanage and was like buying them stuff as a blind person. I say that, but he was like,
He was like
It,
Daredevil
that's
with a
a
daycare.
that's a tall order for a person whose sight is great. He was blind on top of it.
and we didn't even know he was blind. I without us who don't read, I just thought he cried and was like, extreme.
Yeah, I just thought he had weird eyes because everybody in the show got weird eyes.
And everybody looked stressed out. Like when he got eyes, but he's always like he ain't got no.
His whole face all like roided out.
I mean, we know why because he got slashed up, but he on anger mode, 100,000%. And just shout out to the Hashira all coming together at once as a unit. and saying, "We in this, man. Like there is no going back." And they all knew the assignment. Muzan is gonna move.
Like
Gotta be
I know Muzan think that, you know what I'm saying, it was a good idea to suck them all down to the Infinity Castle, but I mean, or is it Infinity Castle, right? Yeah, Infinity Castle.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure you want that many Hashira in the same place at the same time? I mean, these guys, these aren't like cadets.
I thought about you though, Mike. Remember you said Muzan a punk, he ain't doing himself. Hey, he doing what you want. He said, I'm tired of you people.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm tired of y'all. I'm gonna kill y'all. I'm gonna mess with you a little bit, but I got my squad with me. Y'all ain't met number one. Number one, a dog out
number
here.
One, he looks serious.
Like, let's face it, number one and number two are killing some people. Like, somebody gonna go. And we ain't met
number two. Hold up. Number two is the dude that looks like a
priest,
jester or something like that, right?
He's the priest, the little blonde pretty boy priest guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dude who was like telling number three, like, I moved above you and I was only a demon like half the time. Or like only like yesterday. You a scrub out here. Like, I'm an all-star. I'm Jason Tatum. You're Pat Beverly. I'm LeBron. You're I don't know. You're
Man,
just
like I'm Kobe.
You Paul Pierce.
Oh man.
You Ruben Patterson. You the Kobe stopping. You ain't stopping nothing.
All right, this is random. Hold up. Let me get into some shenanigans for a second. All right, I know we've been going long, but remember when Paul Pierce put out that video with like strippers in it?
Yo, Paul Pierce is
like, bro, you got a corporate job.
Man.
Paul Pierce, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, he shouldn't have lost his job." Like, y'all, here's the thing: free speech.
Bro, you got a corporate job. You can't do this, man. What's wrong with you?
And he was working for Disney, y'all. I don't know how to. ESPN is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
When you sign a contract, you can do all that big mouth talking you want. You think Disney isn't litigious? You see, he didn't get his job back and he didn't sue. There's a reason for it. But if he did sue, it ain't going nowhere.
This man, homie had strippers in the video. No, good and well, Disney pay your checks. I mean, write your checks. Like, bro, come on now.
First of all, also, you just look. I can't judge. I ain't gonna say get all into it. But you ain't got to put it on film.
Yeah, that's my thing. If you see strippers or whatever, fine. Just don't film it and then put said stripper films on TV or the internet.
Derek Jeter is a married man now. Derek Jeter was known for hitting home runs outside the baseball field, if you feel me. In fact, so much so he had a system. Didn't he used to buy everybody a diamond bracelet and send them home?
He used to give out care baskets.
And nobody ain't never said nothing
with
bad
NDAs.
About. Now, maybe nowadays it'll be harder before social media, but he like, look, I'm balling out here, blah, blah, blah. Here's this, cash it, whatever. Let's come to an agreement. I ain't saying that's how life should be. All I'm saying is sometimes you got to protect your assets out here. Male or female, man or woman. Ladies, if you would a bum ass dude, and you think he gonna be mouthing off, August Alsina, cover yourself, protect yourself.
Homie said, August said, I can die now. Cause I'm like, dang, what she gonna put
saying, on? What A-Train said in The Boys, you don't mess with the money, man.
Yeah, man, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, now back to Demon Slayer. All right, so shouts out to Inosuke. Even though you pulled him away from his tempura, he was still hype.
Bruh. About the smoke.
Cause I ain't going front. If I just sat down to bite into a 6 to 12 piece of wings, and I'm gonna be like, who caught? I'm gonna be even more mad. When your dad had to get up from the chair, and you knew if he got up. See, that's what I'm gonna be like when I get down there in the castle. I'd be like, I done went and picked up my order. I sat down. I turned on the show I wanted to watch. I finally I've been working all day.
When he fell, I was like, Inosuke, put the mask on. Put the mask on. It's time for the mountain god to shine. All right? It ain't no more pretty. I don't even want to see a Inosuke face no more, unless he probably get chopped up. But he gonna do some chopping before he go. Like we know Inosuke is killing some of you all. Some of you demons are going with him or whoever. Y'all gonna go. If y'all in hell, y'all going further to hell. Y'all gonna be reincarnated. Whatever how they do in their religion. He gonna see you with the brother and sister. Some of y'all gonna be right there. Cause he taking you out. And his swords hurt. They jagged.
Like I love everybody's falling in. You got all these demons surrounding them. Oh, and shout out your boy Zenitsu. He a brand new man. Whatever was in that letter, he a brand new man.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh no, I think he was asleep.
Well,
I think he was just sleepwalking.
But I think now, from what they say, he's gonna kind of be sleep Zenitsu from now on out. Like there's no more crybabies in that suit. He's like that's.
Oh, well, he about to be like the blind samurai up in here.
There's something like he will now be able to use his full ability, kind of sleep or not sleep, but that's just it. Because there's something in that letter that might pertain to some important people. That's going like some. It's going like these movies, bro. It's about to be some pain, bro. That's all I'm gonna say is.
Yeah. And they talk about they doing 3. Man, look, I'm so down. Cause see, anyone who's listening, I don't super keep up with like industry news as far as that. I used to, but now I don't as much. So like I don't know who's getting renewed. I don't know who's getting canceled, whether it's live action or animated. I have no idea. Like I know when I see a trailer or when like Coop tell me. So now three movies, man, y'all know, man, come on. Come on.
I guess my problem is I wish it's probably gonna be 3 more years. Cause I did kind of hear about the structure that I ain't gonna say they.
Hold up, are these movies? We ain't gonna see these movies until like 2045.
I mean, I think you're gonna see. As long as nothing weird happens, you should see one once a year. I hope. So hopefully it doesn't be like whatever they did with Attack on Titan, and maybe like the end of the last season, part 5, part 3.5.2. So we only got 3. We ain't got like 5 more seasons of the last season split up amongst whatever. That's why I'm not really tripping about how some people unshout out to Anime News Network. They was so mad about Demon Slayer and called it boring this season. I'm just like, bruh.
Okay.
Like, I get it. You got your platform.
I don't even want to sit and dwell on them dudes. I'm not gonna sit and debate how dope a show is, and I know your taste is questionable. Waste my time.
Questionable.
Hey man, leave Masha alone though. But anyway, back to
all right. So anyway,
stop spinning wheels in the mud.
Demon Slayers though, I'm gonna step off of that. We got, like you said before, we got Kafka Hibino, man. Kafka Hibino, he being tested. Right now they want to know if that man real. You real human? What are you? You know what I'm saying? Are you a kaiju or not? You know what I'm saying? You gonna attack me? You gonna try to kill me?
Yeah, full on dog is what he is. That's what he is, man.
Man, look.
Hey, K run it like that. K say you tried to attack me. Cause he was chilling. They sent another kaiju up against him.
Yeah.
Woke up his kaiju.
Man.
Almost got punished. Almost got punished to death, but him being the man that he is, him being Hibino Kafka, he stepped up and took over before the general Shinayama. I know I just beat his name up, but he almost got his issue.
Hey man, but he was giving it.
He was trying to test
a little bit.
Test Kafka's limits. And Kafka had a whole lot more to bring to bear than he expected.
He had way more in the tank than the general thought. But I like how everybody, the outpouring of love. Mina, I seeing more of the backstory. Her, her kind of account of his time in the Defense Force. All of that stuff, man.
I told you, man.
So emotional.
Mina, she like. First of all, unfortunately, me and Mark, we work for government. We work. I work for several levels of it. Ain't much more, unfortunately. And if you've been in military, they got to allow you
Coop, if
to
you could
speak.
speak up, man. It sounds like you far away from your mic.
Oh, is this better?
Oh yeah.
Much.
Okay, sorry about it. Must have been slipping a bit. As you know, me and Mark were government, and for those who served in the military, they have to sometimes, unfortunately, give you your orders to be able to voice your opinion. And I love how it was like, you may speak on the topic. She was like, and she did it so professional, so astute, but she like, this is why, and made her point across. And even though those people, if I called them out their name, it was like, yeah, it's just a formality, but we gonna put this down on the record so we can be like, ha ha, we ain't look like we just threw them away. Shout out, that's why I love a director, even though his method was brutal, dangerous, reckless, but he also had backup though. He's like, he said I wasn't worried.
And backup about nah, he needed to be worried. His issue was right there.
Well, I'm gonna be honest.
If it wasn't for Kafka being who he was, director would have been Kikoru would have been trying to exact her revenge on her father.
To be honest though, he would have been fine. His backup is cold. His backup is strong. Backup is like he the next.
I mean, I saw him. He had purple hair and he looked like Bulma.
And that's why
the jury's still out on him.
No.
He looked like he saw his
Mike.
He saw his fish eggs.
Mark, reverse your brain. Who is always the strongest in anime? When they look like that, especially in modern anime.
What. We'll see.
He said,
I got my money on Kafka Hibino. I ain't worried about them.
I'm saying Kafka might have been killed, but he might have killed a couple on the way out. But the dude, like, it's gonna be a lot going on. Like I said,
we also have more conspiracy with the with number 9, I think, because number 9 isn't alone. So. Because I'm thinking number 9 is the top. He's the top of the food chain, but apparently he ain't by himself. So I'm like, all right, well, we got way more, at least double the problem on our hands than we had that I initially thought.
We got way more problems coming. I promise you. Like 9 he's something. Like he did not get off the gas at all, man. Because I mean, he orchestrated number 9 doing that thing.
Number
10. And he said, oh yeah, number 10. But he said,
number 10, yeah.
I can't remember his exact words, but something to the extent of like, we're gonna get, that kaiju back into the fold, basically.
Now I already know, but I ain't gonna say nothing. But he does want something of power, so y'all can take it from there.
And like
he's serious about it.
The animation, the emotion, we've been talking about Kafka this whole season, man. Like, you like the guy, you want him to win. You know what I'm saying? You like between the emotion and then everyone being happy that he's coming back. Of course, Ren, like, I'm gonna train harder. And then even when he woke up beside the general being like, yo, man, I'm glad because, I couldn't hurt Shinomiya like that. Just all these emotions. You like, man, yo, this is a good guy. This is the guy that you want to win. He's like, yo, I couldn't do that to Kikoru. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that to my girl. She cool. You know what I'm saying? I got her back. So this finale, it works for me. It kind of like gives us closure on the very beginning. Kind of puts me where I thought we'd be to a certain degree. Because I remember in one episode I was saying, hey, someone who's at least very military minded will be like, well, look, why don't we just use them until we can't use them no more? So that's pretty much kind of where we're at.
And
But I mean, I'm sure Kafka he's going to ingratiate himself to everybody else because they're going to see how good a man he is.
That's pretty much the vibe. Like in the dude who Mark think is soft, he's like, look, you here to be used as a weapon. That's his vibe that's going on. And he's one of the, not platoon leaders, one of the unit leaders or division leaders. Like, in fact, his division is absolutely the hardest.
And the funny thing is, he could have easily responded to him when he was like, "You're here to be a weapon," or however he termed it. He could have returned a response of like, "As is every defense force officer, we're all weapons."
But I do.
We're all weapons. Like it's nothing. Basically, him letting him know nothing's changed for me. Yeah. I'm a defense force officer. I've always been a weapon for Japan. You know what I'm saying?
I am an officer, and that's like I love that about Kaku. He's like, I am an officer. I do not care. I know, like even though as goofy as Kaku can be, he's an adult and he gets the stakes. He's like, I've signed up for this. I am not changing my mind. There's no he knows that there's no going back. There's no crying. And shout out, speaking of crybabies, Kafka's not to be a grown man, they didn't make him a crybaby. He do goofy crying. But he's like, I'm in. It's like, I'm here to fight these kaiju, man. I'm here to save these people. Hopefully y'all accept me. If y'all don't, I am your weapon. I'm gonna prove to you I'm human. I am not the monster you think that I am.
Like, I mean, after really after saving them from the bomb, man, the proof is in the pudding, man. I mean,
right? Like, I'm a little mad that he's still like working so hard to prove himself. Man, I saved the planet. Y'all didn't save the planet. I did.
At the same time, tell me this does not.
Ain't no same time.
No. Tell me that this would not happen.
As tough as they are, they would have been mush if it wasn't for Kafka.
No, I'm saying.
Who the hell you think you is?
But
that would have been the first thing they'd have got out of me.
That any general in this planet, in this world, look at if you want to look at the Hulk in Marvel Comics, many times he saved the planet. General Thunderbolt Ross trying to kill him.
No, the Hulk, they don't witness him saving the planet. They always slander him. They saw. They
were actually nothing there. Because usually the only people that can vouch for him, Hulk is like the Avengers.
But also Japan, the public don't necessarily know either. That's why they're like, we cannot let the public know.
Oh yeah.
That the humans, because humans can turn into kaiju. Because immediately, like other people say, shout out to your boy your boy Roshi said this. If you knew that somebody could possibly turn to a human, to a kaiju, people would just start killing people. Because if you don't like it
might be
mass pandemonium.
Mass panic, and who knows what would happen. There would be a whole bunch of people. I always thought he acted weird, and then you ended up killing
Mark. I swear, he called himself the Coyote on a podcast the other day. I had to choke him.
You know what I'm saying? People, killing their neighbors and stuff just because they were paranoid or something like. So I could see that. I could definitely see that getting out.
And let's face it, they're doing Secret Invasion better than Secret Invasion did.
Dang.
With 1-2 episodes. And we'll never bring back that show up ever again. I am so sorry.
The trip is because the actual comic book run was a decent run. I enjoyed it. And usually I hate the crazy tie-ins. Every now and then Marvel will get me. But for the most part, I can't stand those crazy tie-ins because they're like, hey, you got to buy 80 different comic books when they know good and well only 30 of them matter. You know what I'm saying? But Secret Invasion, as far as the comic book run, was very intricate, very cool the way they pulled it off. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's see where this goes. And as closed off as it was, I was like, this doesn't seem world-shattering or earth-shattering or even earth-shattering for the heroes. This may have been better if you wanted to keep it a Nick Fury vehicle to do the original Sin storyline instead, because that was way more personal, at least. but then that involved like Wolverine a lot. It did involve Winter Soldier a lot, which we do have, but I mean, still, it just I don't know.
Took one good shifted scroll, a couple of guns, and some car chases. And Rhodey was there all along.
Man, when they did that that final fight scene. Oh man,
I'm so sorry I brought it
I don't
up.
think I've cared. I don't think I've cared less about
Thank God for X-Men 97. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, X-Men 97 came through. All right. Oh boy.
But I love what they've done, man. I love what they've done with Kaiju No. I am invested. You know, some people like to say, "Oh, is it gonna be another My Hero?" But that's not a bad thing for me. It don't have to be exact, but it gives me my Fire Force vibes, but with grander stake. Somehow, even though Fire Force the world's crazy, but I love the. I'm not a military guy, but I just kind of like the stand up and deliver vibe. I don't know how to put it. You know, officer and a gentleman vibe, where it's like you root for Kafka. It's like I want to be a defender. You know, I'm giving it my all, and I'm, unfortunately, a product of a biohazard, and I'm still me. I'm still Kafka. I'm still a good soul, and you learn from that, and you look. And I love that everybody wanted him to win. All the cadets.
Yeah.
And it's like good. I needed to see that. That is sometimes good. You know, like I like my weird, cynical, angry protagonist. Shout out Fighter D. But I love that Cap is more straightforward. Like it's kind of the opposite with this, because this world is they're presented as the world is very real. There's no fakeness in it. Everybody knows what's at stake. So you got to get up on that level to go do it.
Okay. Well, we got one more. Well, one more I want to hit because we've been out here super late. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Bo Fury, man. If I ain't talk about them people wearing them windbreakers.
I ain't even got much to say.
This episode, I guess this episode is not a huge episode as far as action, but it's huge for the growth of Sakura.
Yeah, he just, Sakura gets it. Like I got a team. I gotta be like he sees his equivalent of the guy a year older than him. Is like he can't communicate. He's weird. He's an introvert, but he's like, hey man, these are my guys. Like, yo, you're not gonna insult them. You're not gonna put them down. They lift me up. And just like the head dude told him, like, bro, the goal is don't even worry about being number one. You're going to get there if the people that back you so desire. They'll see the work you putting out there. They'll see that you're being chosen right, and that you're being selected, and then you got to put in the work, and they will back you, and they will play their position. So you see everybody picking their roles, and I love that the Takamichi character, that's what I'm gonna call him, but because he got no hands, he's like, he's like, where I tried with Takamichi. I love my protagonist, but the Takamichi of it all, he's like, look, I can't fight, but you need somebody to kind of navigate communication and be able to inspire and intel gather. Like that is my job, and I'm extremely good at it at a weird level that I can remember everybody's face and name to help you out with that. So that's going to help you be a leader. And you got Sewell like, look, man, I'm good at breaking people and telling them what to do and get what I want. I'm going to be your enforcer / negotiator. Whatever that means. Sewell is somebody you don't want to see. In the wrong
when he says negotiator, I really think he means hurt them until they say yes. But
yes, he's like, I have a way to get people to give me what I want. Like negotiator, bro. That's enforcer, dog. At best, assassin at worst. Like what? A torturer. Well, okay, negotiator. That sounds so much cleaner. But yeah, man.
But the way they they ended it off, the last two episodes, I was thinking like, okay, we're gonna go out with a bang, and it's like, no. In their case, they were saying, hey, this is a huge step for Sakura for believing in himself, believing in his crew, believing in the people that are under him, and then also seeing the way, the way everyone else responds to their teams.
And what did the head man say, or the other people say? Hey man, we're brothers. You gotta look after your brothers. So you see him trouble.
I am my brother's keeper.
And and Sakura had to be smart. Like, oh, I need to do this. Like, this dude's gonna constantly lie, but he's getting beat up. Something's going wrong. Like he is. He's Windbreaker both in as well. Furin. So man, we gotta represent, and we in the same. And I'm his class leader. Nah, that ain't gonna slide, man. He was
able to get the information from him, and then let him know that, hey man, you're supported. I know this is your boy, and we gonna go get him. Not only because he's your boy, but also because I promised this girl that I was going to do this.
That is a big step up for a character who did not rock with people.
Nah, he was just like, I want to be at the top. That's it. And then he had to learn that being at the top isn't just being the strongest.
Now, I'm gonna say this before we get off of that. The homie Mark said he ain't necessarily feeling the story. There ain't really no story much to it. I just like it. I like the vibe and the energy of it. Sometimes
it's losing me. It's losing me.
Man.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked, man.
The fights are beautiful, but that's all I've really been in it for lately.
That's all it is.
The story has been hard. It's getting to be that hard watch territory.
I really don't understand though.
They might get him back in next season. They might get him back.
I hope. I don't think so.
It's slow, man. It's pretty slow. I gotta have some story. Like
the story is weak.
I understand they fighting, but it's gotta make sense. Like it's gotta be more than. Oh, I thought I saw him looking at me funny, but it turned out that he really wanted to be my friend.
Mark,
but we had to do battle to make it make sense. It didn't make sense. I'm sorry.
That's gonna be the whole series, bro. And that's just how some anime goes, dog. You fight, you learn with your fists.
Yeah, I thought he was looking at me.
I feel your spirit. Oh, you all right, dude? It's. I get it. Some anime don't translate to what we want. It ain't gonna be straightforward. And Sakura is like a dude who can't communicate, so people around him gotta communicate for him. And I don't know, but I feel like it's one of those surprise hit anime of the season.
It just ain't do it for me, man. I stuck with it, but I was like, I don't even understand why are we going and fighting? What's your story?
Because they thugs.
Well, remember they beat up one of their boys.
So but what they beat him up for? Like these.
They found
out the parents in this school.
What
is wrong with this school?
We didn't.
You know what they need to do?
Hold on, I'm gonna let Mark have that.
They need to put the 10 Commandments up on the wall in the school and get some more order in these schools, because I don't understand what's going on.
I wonder if anybody's going to tell your boy down there in Louisiana that the 10 Commandments have actually been washed away in the blood of Jesus, and Jesus has actually given us a brand new set of commandments to follow.
I told somebody, I said, look, if you really about that Christian smoke, that you ain't supposed to be about them 10 Commandments no more. That was washed away.
Yeah, that's the old law. I don't know. That was washed in the blood.
That was buried on that tree.
Yeah, see, because God realized that we couldn't follow the law, so He sent the Lamb. But I mean, I'm if I could preach for just a moment, He sent the Lamb.
Well,
see, He was stretched on the cross. All right, pierced in His side.
Where are we going?
But on the third day, He rose with all power in His hand.
Pass the mic, y'all. Pass the mic.
But it was like 10 Commandments. I don't know if you know, but we don't follow 10 Commandments anymore, because that was washed in the blood of the blood of the Lamb. So it's
but you know what? There's a whole bunch of people that that quote the Bible, but they're not really quoting the Bible because they ain't read it. They don't know that. So
all
I
I'm
mean,
gonna say is
and that's
this.
what it seemed like up there.
It's just
You got Trump posting AI pictures. He got 6 fingers praying because on one hand, because he ain't never really been in a church to pray. There's no photos of him praying, so they had an AI artist do it.
When my man said that he was reading 2 Corinthians, oh, that still gets me.
Now you about to make me tell this joke. I'm sure there's a photo of him praying. I'm sure Stormy Daniels got it when he was praying in some weird position. But anyway.
All right, cool. Back to Windbreaker. Back to
yes. All I'm gonna say is, man, I hope that you don't give up on it, Mark. But also, I look. Maybe I'm easy sometimes. Sometimes it's just gonna be an anime that is an anime that does that one thing and don't worry about no logic. They ain't no parents. They ain't no system of order.
Yeah, because I'll give it to them. There's been many times where I've been like, yo, so are they learning in school? Like, who?
They learning about the spirit of fighting and to have a conversation with you.
But no, like they like, because you got to get a job somewhere. Like,
your job is to protect the town of these old people who gonna feed you.
But what about when you get old? Like,
they don't care. And if they do one of the prologues, watch they have a job and they had a family and I've just seen it 1,000 times. The people who gonna be the worst people gonna be the best. They gonna be like cops. They gonna be like firefighters. They gonna be like normal regular citizens, and they gonna ingratiate themselves into Japan culture because this is Japan we're talking about. They're gonna turn these kids, these troubled, deranged, delinquent fighterholics are gonna become good, upstanding citizens of society. Because if you really think about it, technically because they are fighting. They're like, the goal is to fight for the town and protect it. Why are there so many roving gangs of different delinquents? Basically, you talking about the parents. The parents clearly have failed this city. Because why are there so many gangs in the first place? So do we really want to meet parents? No. Because when we meet them, you're going to meet a drunk. You're going to meet a bunch of endeavors that beat their kids and put them in foster care if they're not dead or drugged out or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so do we want depressing or do we want, some Lord of the Fly kids just beating the snot out of each other and have their own like codes and morals? Give me the codes and morals, because I can just I can get my depressing anime from somewhere else. Like, I don't want Windbreaker to get depressing like others have to get depressing. I want this to turn my brain. I want this to be my turn my brain off anime. That even though I watch it in Japanese sub, it's still fun because I love soccer.
Well, you can certainly turn your brain off watching it. Goal achieved.
Well, here's what we'll do. Look, all right. How about this, Mark? Like when something dope come up, we'll let you know.
That's all I'm saying.
When a cool
Coop
fight
said
come
the
up,
same thing.
That's what we like. That's how you
like,
approach
man,
it,
I gotta have some kind of story. I just don't want to see them throwing knuckles.
So
throwing knuckle dusters.
It's easy to review. It's gonna be like, oh, they're gonna fight. What was the name of the game?
what? Shishitorin or whatever.
No, the new one. Yeah.
The new guys.
Yeah,
what was
they were
the blue
done.
Dragon something? It was
they
had blue
Shino
dragons on their jacket.
But it's like, one gang defeated. We ain't gonna probably ever mention Shishitorin again. They probably the only time you gonna see Shishitorin, they gonna come to.
No, they supposed to be friends now. I'm saying homies.
They're gonna come to their aid and fight with them. You ain't gonna they're not a gang in it. They're not enemies no more. These other dudes look like you're gonna have to break their bones because they don't like they about to be friends.
Oh, the name of the game gang is Keel. Keel.
They sound evil. They look at them. They got hoodies on and they look like weird monks. They're like all gonna be brainwashed evil. So you can see it a mile away. You're gonna have to beat the living crap out of Keel, and Sakura gonna get off. Like he gonna be flip kicking 4 dudes in the head. The other dude gonna power slam somebody head to the ground again. Other dude gonna force punch.
Oh, you mean he gonna kill somebody?
Probably, but he gonna kill somebody with a smile on his face, and then they gonna keep introducing new windbreakers. every season with one new martial art, a weird power, until you get just enough of them. In fact, you might be at the limit, and then you got the regular dude who got hands, but he ain't got no superpowers, so he ain't gonna be able to like really do nothing. He's basically the Marauder from Demon Slayer. He's like, I can fight, but you're normal. You got a regular black hair. Everybody, just look at the people who around Sakura. Look at Sakura. They all got crazy hair, and they all cold. And Sewell got regular hair, but he got long dangly earrings and an eye patch. So there you have it. Everybody crazy in in Windbreaker.
You said everybody crazy. Anyway, let me throw it. Oh boy, talk about everybody crazy. All right, I'm gonna throw it over to Dub. Dub, hit me with your final thoughts and where can they find you?
Final thoughts. Demon Slayer had me ready to run through a wall. Kaiju number 8 was amazing. It might be my favorite of the season. I love Hibino Kafka.
Yeah.
It made my hero is still doing what it do. It felt good to see Dabe go down. It felt good to see Shoto win. It felt good to see Endeavor like, man, I really got to get my stuff together. Yes, you do. There's new stuff coming up, and me and Coop are gonna be looking into it, and we're gonna be talking about it soon. So I think that'd be dope if the whole crew could be a part of that. And
yeah, that'd be cool.
Y'all, I'm Mark Wallace on IG. I'm Mark Wallace on Facebook. On the Book of Faces. I'm Mark Dub 44 on Twitter X. And I'm Mark Dub on IG. That's me. See me in the screen.
Oh boy. Coop, final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts. Big picture, not gonna lie. Spring 2024 anime season, you did it. In fact, you went too damn hard. Y'all, in fact, I
agree.
I'm starting to look at the list for summer. I find, like, look, I'm not picky. Sometimes I can find some weird anime to review on this show. But far as from new shonen to other stuff to that action pack, I kind of feel I ain't gonna let myself get spoiled because it ain't gonna never be this good. Hardly in a season. Like a regular.
Spring came through.
Spring came too hard because I like Windbreaker. I like the stupidity of Windbreaker, and that just was like that middle of the week cherry on top, flip kicking, cool suit type of thing. Like, you know, by Friday it was a perfect Friday anime. Like, day is beautiful. You know, you see that nice little pop music come on, flip kick somebody's head. I don't know, but they got characters that came out this season. From Fighter D or Invader D as they call him in the scans to Kafka to Hobbin, even though he's not new to me, but he's new to the world in anime. To that, you got these 3 just dudes you care about. And of course, you throw in the whole class of My Hero and the Demon Slayer of it all on top of it. You know, I literally got every emotion just about from happiness to pride. I don't know. I just feel pride with Kafka for some reason. I feel love and pride with Tanjiro. I feel disgust with Endeavor. Oh God, seeing him get his chest folded up was so fun. And writhing on the ground. Go ahead and do it. Do it, All Might. Do it all for one. Finish that boy off. I want to hear finish him. Rip his spine out. Him. He gotta go. But it's just, and of course we don't know. It might happen because that's gonna run through the end of summer. So spring was cold. Summer is gonna be the summer anime season is gonna be a different vibe. We're gonna discuss it next if everybody wants to. I already got my list prepared. Yeah. It's only like one straight shonen I'm gonna be adding. And it's a continuation of a 1970 series. That one's gonna be Kaneko Man. It's not Ultimate Muscle, it's Kaneko Man. It's the daddy. It's the original show that's continuing. You ain't gonna see Kid Muscle, and you ain't gonna Ultimate Muscle was cool at the time. I kinda wanna see the original. I grew up with the toys kinda when it was just Muscle in America. We didn't know, and if you wanna find something interesting, look at the history of Muscle and why they used to change stuff to fit American needs than what it was. And I didn't know who Kaniku Man was for the longest, but I grew up with Kaniku Man. So it's just funny how that works with corporate synergy and stuff. But again, this season has been wonderful. I couldn't not ask for more. I'm probably gonna be asking more for other seasons. I'm kind of mad because it was too good. Just too good. This season it had everything. Delicious in Dungeon overachieved and was great. Can't wait till that comeback. Just man, I can't wait to do the preview. I know I'm just gonna call it. I don't think the summer season is gonna be close to the spring season. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be honest. So y'all gonna hear Mike. We're gonna make Mike uncomfortable because we're gonna pick some trash. I ain't gonna front y'all. Got some trash on deck.
I mean, I still got my shows that they're gonna run through summer to a certain degree.
Yeah, we still got My Hero. I might, but then again, I might go back in time to do a Gamma rewind. I might dove it that and just go back to the stuff that people picked that I didn't make my rotation. It might have to fall that way if some of these new shows don't hold up. I'm gonna go back and watch some of the stuff that was already discussed on the show, like Summertime Rendering. I still didn't watch it. That might just need to make like a roundabout part of the review, or I'm just gonna give my thoughts on it once I finally watch it or something. Because shout out to them. Y'all really have reviewed that already, so I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. But anyway, my name is Keith Cooper. You can find me on Facebook, Blurred_ISH on IG. Go to the Facebook page on Facebook. Check things out. Next event, if you hear this and you're in New Orleans this weekend, I am going to the Emporium Arcade from 7 to 11 on St. Claus Street. So if you're out there for Essence Fest weekend, and let's just say you can't get into the show to see Janet, and you feel like drinking and playing some arcade games, come shop with me. I won't be close, but I won't be far away.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. For me, final thoughts. Spring surprised me in a very good way. I'm happy we got some good stuff. Like we've been saying, there's tons of stuff out there for you guys to watch. So I'm happy with spring. Summer doesn't look like I have a lot to hold on to. You sent me you sent us that playlist of trailers, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch My Hero and Superman, and I might just be chilling. I might have a light a light assignment this season. But of course, until next time, y'all stay real, because it's NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time, that you have to make sure that you can protect yourself, but also not kill your friend's dad because he's a general. It's just saying, peace.
We're gonna get Mike into One Slice of Life one day. Gotta do it.